out loud is that as black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? How's everybody doing?
Hey.
Great.
Amazing. How are you?
Man, I can't complain, man, not at all. I had a interesting day, if I should say. Y'all had a good day?
Yes, I had a great day today. I had a great day today.
What the?
Plead the
Hold on,
fifth.
what was that, Pete?
Man, look, every day I get up is a blessing, man. So it was a great day. Now, what happened in the day? Woo. I got a beast of a garage, man, so I ain't gonna get long-winded about it.
Oh, well, you been painting or something?
Well, I'm prepping for a nice automobile, you know. Hopefully, if I pray.
Santa Claus?
What kind of automobile? What's the name?
I don't do Saint Nick, man, but
Okay, you Muslim.
Nah, man.
What's wrong with your face? I ain't saying nothing about. I just ask because, like, a lot of people, when I tell them I don't do the holidays, first thing when I say I don't do the holidays, I'm talking financially. I don't spend that money on holidays.
I was about to say,
because,
man.
I stopped that in 2015. And as soon as I tell somebody that, they ask me either am I Muslim, atheist, or something way out.
That ain't why they ask you if you're Muslim.
Yeah. Everybody asks you if you're Muslim when you say you don't do certain stuff.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
Big,
Shout out to my Muslim brothers out there.
Yeah, I mean, I got no.
How you say it? How you say it's something like to God be the glory. That's our version. Nah. Hamdallah. Hamdallah. Yeah.
That's a bad thing.
All right. No, that's the only reason why I know it because Devin Haney and his dad Muslims, and I hear them in the boxing world say Hamdallah all the time. So literally, they're the only two Muslims that I know personally.
All I'm gonna say about the day, I'm with every day above ground is a good one. All my parlays missed, all of them. Every last parlay been crazy. So it's been a bad day.
Bad day. Man, don't do that face. Yeah, you're a big boy, man. Get your ass up and get out there and go for tomorrow. You making faces like you need a pity party.
Every parlay miss.
Yeah, what you do? No more excuses by Tony Evans. Get it right and go for tomorrow. You got a whole, long as the Lord wake you up tomorrow, you got another day to do it all over again and get it right.
You ain't lying.
Yeah. Amen. Jackie, what's up, man? You down there?
What's up, T-Max?
See, the last time you had your hair through to the other side and D was complimenting you too much. Now, you said allegedly that D was complimenting you too much. Now you got your hair to that side. Wait till he pull up. You might.
Oh, stop it. I had a great day today. How was your day?
Man, it was very interesting. I say that, and I can't. It was good. It was great to answer your question, but a lot to the details. It was interesting. Yeah, I got a chance to ride out on the bike today, man. With my 9-year-old.
What kind of bike you got?
I got another Boost. Yeah, I was just saying.
Comments. What's up, Fresh?
Fresh in the comments. Oh,
yeah.
Fresh in the building, man. They tell me Fresh was stuck behind traffic, 6 18-wheelers and a moped, and said that's why it was taking him so long.
Literally, he showed me.
Yeah. So hopefully he get a chance to pull up on us, man. They say he was stuck, but ladies and gentlemen, Fresh is a regular locked-in panelist on T-Max Network, just like you see most of the people here. Tavon, he's pulling up on us, I think, for like the second or third time. One time we did an interview with him, but bro, you welcome anytime. I'm really setting panels, so just to let y'all know, panels are locking in, and that's how I know that we got momentum and traction, and that our message. Here's the main thing that people are telling me: the few people that walk up on me and man, I had Miss at the conference, Miss Robinson. What's her name? What's Robinson? What's her last name? I mean, her last name Robinson. Nia. You know what I'm talking about? The older lady from North Carolina that comes down. She wears glasses. Last name Robinson. Is it Sheila Robinson? I can't think of that older lady name. But she's from Raleigh though, and I've never sent her a link. I've never shared the information with her, but she tells me everything we talk about up here. So shout out to everybody who's watching a lot. Who?
Is it Rhonda?
Rhonda.
Yeah.
Right. Rhonda Robinson. There you go. Shout out to Rhonda Robinson, everybody who watching the live, man. We love y'all to death over here at T-Max Network. Main thing that we want to make sure that everybody know is that this platform, we put out information. We ask questions, we get into the relationship topics and we get into these little choppy topics, but a lot of our information and a lot of our ideas and thoughts are helping people. So even though I get into character and out of character at the same damn time because I'm me and I'm gonna speak my mind, and I love my panelists that come up here. Niette is always gonna give it to you how she see it, and if you talk to her and she see where you're coming from, she have no problem saying, okay, I can see that. So that's the type of conversation that we're having over here at T-Max Network. Mr. D also one. He done pulled up. Hey, D, you see the hair still over to the other side today? I'm
skyline. With jacket.
Yeah. Hey, D, if you got it coming through your car speakers, it's kind of echoing on my end, but I don't know. Anybody else hearing the echo when he speak? D, give me a mic check.
Yo.
Do it again.
Yo.
Oh no, you good. All right. Y'all ready to get into these topics, man?
Let's go. Sir, let's do it.
Let's do this.
All right. So before we get into any of the topics, man, thank you guys for taking a look at T-Max Network. We're just getting started. The beautiful part behind it is now we got tremendous help. I didn't tell y'all I got an actual paid assistant. And they I told them I was gonna pay them a SNAP benefits until they come back on. You got to work for free. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I told them I was like, look, I got you. As soon as they cut my shit back on, I got you. Trust me. So, but look, in all seriousness though, hey, thank y'all for rocking with T-Max Network, man. We appreciate each and every last viewer, subscriber, those who like and share. Do something in the comments to let us know you here. We got Mr. Fresh out there, man. We love him to death. He says all love. Hey, Fresh, drive safe. Pulling up on us one more time. We got Camille in the comments. Let's go, Camille. And yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing. All the subscribers and all the followers, bro. Like, we can't wait till this thing elevate. And you guys, we get to meet in person. We've already had 2 meetups from T-Max Network. We just want to have more meetups in person. So we're looking at cities like San Antonio, Houston, Texas. We're looking at Florida as well. Definitely the GA. Georgia is the second home to me. ATL, man, I'm telling y'all, we're going to be in these locations and we're going to have meetups, T-Max meetups. We're going to have meetups with our collaborators. Aisha with the Closet Exchange. Niette Ridgeway with Boss Sisters. We got TP right down there in the AUG in Augusta, Georgia, and that's Tavon up on the screen right there. He's down there in Augusta, Georgia, and we're gonna see Jackie and Sincere and Fresh and D out there in San Antonio. By the time I meet D, I've been rocking with D for 5 years. He's the vice president of T-Max Network. He's already shown me a whole way more loyalty than a lot of people that I was raised up with. And me and this brother ain't never seen each other face to face.
That's crazy.
That's tough.
You definitely get the most love from strangers.
Man, ain't truth. Tell me.
Courtesy from here, I'll fly you out there so you can meet the brother, man.
Nah, niggas don't be flying me out. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. No. I'm gonna tell you right now. Hold on. See, I had this problem with Barry White last week. Over talking the host will get your ass gone. Now you either gonna leave on your own, or I'm gonna make you leave by what come out of my mouth. So at the end of the day, take it easy, Holmes. Take it easy. All right, so
niggas don't be flying.
Yeah, I don't do all that fly me out shit. I can fly myself. You trying to call me broke, bro?
I can't drop a gift card or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I tell you what.
Rain check over here, though. Over here.
Send it to D.
I got
Fly
you.
D
I
ass
got
to
you.
North Carolina. Yeah, there
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, too easy.
I appreciate
it. Let's hear it. Welcome over here, bro. Hey, this is your first time pulling up with us, like, on a set panel like this, though, correct?
Yeah. I've been on here previously in the past on different shows with my bro D. But this is my first time in this realm. And I appreciate you having me, but I do want to put the disclaimer. Everything you said was beautiful, but anybody who knows me, you should know this more than anybody. All that we hear and we're gonna give you information in a nice package, and that ain't how you gonna get it from me.
Oh shit.
That ain't how you gonna get it from me. I'm gonna say some shit that you might not like, that's gonna offend you, and it might not even be accurate.
Hey, it's all good though. That's why we like it. You can be yourself over here, man.
But it's gonna be honest, it's gonna be heartfelt, and it's gonna be everything that's on my mind. But I can't tell you everything. I'm the most knowledgeable nigga on earth, but I know what I know, and I'm here.
Yeah, no, you came highly recommended. Plus, D also one brought you over here, bro. So we already know. Ladies and gentlemen, we got one of our first time viewers, I believe. Hey, Deanna Jefferson, please let us know, sweetheart. You just first time viewer watching from New Orleans. Let us know.
Yeah.
We got PA up in here. They're coming on in.
Okay.
Hey, appreciate y'all, man. T-Max Network, we are here to give you guys the best information that we can on these hot topics. So without further ado, bro, let me go ahead on and bring up the first one, man. We're gonna start off a little light real quick. Like flight delays, right? These flight delays are grounded and people are stuck on runways due to the shutdown, and pilots and air traffic controllers walking the hell off the job. They must have in the last 20 years, they must have had a whole bunch of black pilots and air traffic controlling, because we the type of motherfuckers like, okay, cool, you ain't paying us, we ain't working, we gone. The only way y'all flying out there right now is because of the white pilots. I'm letting you know right now. If the planes are in the sky, that's because they're being flown by white pilots. All the black pilots went to the crib. So y'all tell me, man, what are y'all thinking about this shutdown? It ain't just necessarily got to be about the flight delays and the grounding and stuff, but just the effects of the shutdown. How, is it affecting any of y'all? All jokes aside, I'm a jokester. And Sincere, he kind of summed it up from his point of view. But over here, man, you never know what you're going to get. So if you came over here to see it like CNN and Don Lemon and Roland Martin and Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay, hey, shout out to all them brothers and sisters who got those platforms. But this ain't one of them, okay? This is one where you're going to hear it how you hear it. You got the option to click or stay. We appreciate y'all. All right. What is anybody being affected? Because my heart do go out to anybody that's being affected by the shutdown.
I heard people on TikTok talking about they were supposed to be on a flight for 2 hours, but they ended up being on it for 3.5 hours because they were waiting for air traffic to be available for them to be able to land. And my friend in the chat also, her flight got canceled because of that. So not me personally, but I've been hearing about it on TikTok.
Okay. Anybody else?
It didn't affect me yet. I don't know what happened. I got a homie that flew from New York to Phoenix. She got through, the airport in 15 minutes. Wasn't no problem with TSA, but then her flight was delayed almost 2 hours because they didn't have enough traffic control people to get the plane off the ground. And then, her friend took 2 hours to get through. And I've heard horror stories, but on a personal level, don't bother me yet. I ain't floating nowhere.
Hey, check this out, man. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out these comments because they actually are coming in faster than what I thought. So I got a gang of them real quick. When I say a gang, for us over here, 5 comments is a gang. Like, I'm glad y'all get the chance to see us like start from the bottom with this platform, and we appreciate it. All right, so let's see who got out here. We already hollered at Miss Deanna. If I say y'all name wrong, man, charge it to my heart and my head because I am crazy with names. And look, she already said, "Hey, Jackie," and then I guess she talking about D. Camille Sunshine saying he all right. I don't know who she talking about there. Blood don't make you family, love do. That's what Fresh put in the comments. We appreciate you, Fresh. Thanks for inviting me, Jackie. Jackie, hey, listen, Jackie, if you're inviting people and they're coming over here and they're locking in with us, man, we appreciate you. Anybody out there, I know everybody up here has brought somebody to the platform, so we appreciate y'all. Let me see. Hey, look, whoever this is right here, who's this? Old Jersey Soul 8724 T-Max gonna mess around and make somebody snap playing in their face like that. Hey, look, I don't know, man. I guarantee you one thing. They gonna snap, but rubber band snap their ass right on back now. I promise you. Here you go. Hey, look, Deanna Jefferson says she watching from New Orleans. We went over that. PA in the house. Deanna threw some laugh emojis probably for something I said to one of y'all. Tony Jones say Baltimore in the building. Okay, be more.
Baltimore.
All right, that's
Hey.
Tony
Baltimore.
Jones 7577. Tony James also said, not gonna lie, ain't never heard about your show, but my brother Sin, appreciate you, Sin, is on your show, and I told him, told me to check it out, man. Sin, I appreciate you telling them to check it out. And Tony Jones, man, thank you so much for hearing about it for the first time and taking a chance to listen in. He said, blood don't make family, the loyalty does. And then watching from Berlin in the building, we got to give Berlin that big shout out. I don't care nothing. What? We got to give Berlin, my dude.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to everybody who's tuning in. Shout out to Jersey. And I know her significant other is also tuning in. Shout out to Tony. Shout out to Berlin. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in and may not even be in the chat. We appreciate y'all for giving us y'all time.
Hey man, that's word up. But hey, what I want to touch on these shutdowns, it is affecting us. We just don't know it. It's affecting you in ways that you just don't see it. And that was the point of asking, is it affecting you or someone you know? So the first way it's majorly affecting everybody across the board is through U.S. mail. So if mail packages or anything like that is being, it's going to slow down the mail. So the messaging that way, but good God Almighty, we got emails, text messages, DMs. That's for immediate response. But anything dealing with the U.S. mail or postal service or any type of shipping and freighting, it is messing up. Now, you say that's why traffic is building up over the roads, because a lot of the planes is down. They're putting it in cargo and they're shipping across in 18-wheelers and stuff. So you're seeing more traffic and accidents in here. So we're being affected, guys. We just don't see a lot of it, so we don't say right off the bat, yeah, it's affecting me, but it's affecting all of us. And to those out there who it is directly affecting with jobs and stuff like that, then hey, listen, I do understand, and our hearts go out to you. Sincere, what's this right here? You don't think you're being affected by it all?
I mean, we live in an ecosystem society. The butterfly effect is always going to affect you, regardless of what it is. It don't matter what it is. If one road shut down on the other side of PA and 4 cars got to go this way, and one of them got a flat tire, it's going to affect everybody in PA because it's one lane in the road, and then the person got to work in New York can't get to work on time.
Nah, that's a little bit different.
Butterfly effect always going to get you somehow.
It's a little bit different when you got. That's why people start to scramble and panic when certain stuff happen and it affect a large group of people at one time. What you're saying about if a road closed in PA, that's cool, but that same type of effect ain't going on in every city across the country. So, like what I'm saying, effect is that it's affecting a large group of people at one time, and based upon what you're saying, it's a lot of effects that we don't even see, that you may not necessarily even care about, that it ain't directly affecting you, if that makes sense.
Oh no, it 100% makes sense. I guess my thought process is just that there's always things happening behind the curtain that affect us all. It's just that this one is being talked about. But there's always something behind the curtain, whether it be people doing whatever it is. There's always something that's happening elsewhere that causes a butterfly effect across the world. We live in a society that is so intertwined through the internet and systems and so on and so forth. It's hard to say any event, especially something this widespread, will not somehow, whether knowingly or unknowingly, affect all of us in some way.
That's a fact.
I would say I ain't mean to cut you off, brother.
Nah, you good. Go ahead.
I would say, in addition to what you're saying, like this is a controlled, a more controlled and predicted shutdown effect. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to get after something. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a crash. It was the stock market didn't fail. We didn't have a OT experience where they had infrastructure, where the infrastructure got choked off and everybody was affected by it. Um, Somebody's trying to prove a point to basically get an end result that they're trying to go after, and it's just in this case, it's just a large mass of people that's been affected by it, and that it does have a trickle down effect and the ripple effect that will sting a little bit. Now, I know we probably get into the weeds of it later. Is That's why it's very, very important to have like another source of income or something that you can resort to that will give you that, that, because at the end of the day, today's problems at the top of the list is probably monetary, right? So you got your money situations, and then you got your other situations that people align. No matter what it is, if it's a health problem, it might be a money situation that will get you out of that problem. And that's how I look at it. Like today, everything results into, it flips back into that monetary effect, that initial monetary effect, and then you bounce back from it. And at the end of the day, all storms pass. No matter if it's a long storm, the cloud is this big or it's massive, all storms they pass. And it's how people get structured and get built for those situations. It's going to do nothing but build you. You know what I'm saying? So if you quit, if you cry, you got to wipe your tears because they ain't going to go away. You got to deal with them problems. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to just come on.
I said, yeah. You're right. Did y'all understand any damn thing he just said? I did.
Yeah, because
no, you was cooking.
this,
You was cooking, but everybody was sitting there waiting like it was another sentence. That's why I was on mute. Like I was in it.
I didn't want to steal the mic that much, man, because my mind, I'm always processing, man. Like I can sit here and lay down my resume, and y'all be like, "How much?" I don't even watch TV because it ain't enough time in the day. Because I'm always
you got
processing.
24 hours in a day. If you break them up into 3 parts, then it might be something 8, 8, and 8. Oh, I don't know. It might be something to that. I don't know if there's a gauge that you can measure time. I don't know none of that stuff. But Jackie, what you think about this shutdown, man? How do you see it? We're gonna go and move past it. This was like a little icebreaker shutdown because this is current day. I wanted some substance behind the opening topic. Now I know the video that started in the beginning is y'all throw it off like the audience that's watching. Like the video has nothing to do with the shutdown. We're gonna get to the video is the main topic of the show for the evening. So that's gonna be the last thing that we do. But right now, I want to know is all my people good and are all y'all people good? So Jackie, how the shutdown affecting you or anybody you know?
I personally am a homebody. I haven't been affected really. I hear a couple different things, but I haven't been affected. I don't hear much of people being affected where it's like life changing. Besides the food stamp part, everybody's complaining about that. But other than that, it hasn't been affecting me.
Yeah. Sincere already gave his thought. Yet.
I guess if I piggyback back off what everyone was saying about anything happening part of our government or economy, period, it's supposed to have different guidelines, policies, procedures, and things to keep it from hitting the bottom, which is the people. So it's supposed to have something to absorb all of that. But once it hit the people, most of the people are already used to struggling anyway. So they pivot from that, So some people, you look, the plane's going down, whatever. They just be like, look, I'm just going to drive. Or they just be like, you know what? I ain't going nowhere anyway. So common sense to me personally. If something going on with the government, chill out. Stay home. Keep your money. Whatever you got going on, don't be out here getting on a plane anyway. Zoom, whatever you need to do, Zoom, StreamYard, whatever you want to call it. That's what I would do.
Yeah. Yeah. And they can do that right here at T-Max Network. If y'all ain't got shit else to do, and because you staying home and you furloughed and all that other stuff, you can click on the YouTube button, type in T-Max_network. it'll bring you right over here. You see how I just got dark and gloomy right there? Because we just want you to know that if you take your eye off the prize, you'll hurt our heart just like the lightning here. All right, so check this out real quick. We going dead into it. Hey, D, whenever you ready, bro, you can unmute. I ain't want to bring you up into the conversation if you're not ready. So whenever you want to jump in, you good to go. All right, we're gonna read off these comments is coming in kind of fast. So we're gonna read them off real quick. She said, "Don't broke in Berlin say don't forget to hit the like button." I appreciate that, bro. Hey, look, broke my let me make sure to give you a wrench. I got to give you a wrench. I don't know how to do it just yet, but as soon as I get a break from talking, I'm gonna give you a wrench. I got to give Sunshine a wrench. Anybody down in the comment section, man, if y'all gonna come back and rock with us later on and always pop up, I want to give y'all wrenches so you'll be able to help moderate and control the chat once we got hundreds and hundreds of people in here. So Camille said, I went to jury duty last week and still haven't gotten paid. The effects are showing. Hey, I know that's right, man. I want to talk about so many other hidden effects that do affect everybody on this panel and everybody that's around, but I don't want to get too deep into the shutdown conversation. I just want to see, was everybody doing okay, and is anybody people hurting? But you so right, man. Like, people are losing jobs, everybody's being affected, and jury duty is definitely getting affected right there. All right, Niak, can you do me a favor? Can you see the comments real good?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead on and read them off for me real quick because I'm about to send a text.
All right. It was like this shutdown definitely helping my DMs. I got a few hey big head messages from family and friends trying to hit me up because I'm retired. Oh. Oh.
Hey, big head.
I read this one. It say T-Mac is making perfect sense.
So true.
Facts.
It doesn't affect all of us.
Broken Berlin 3 says it doesn't affect all of us.
It affects certain subsection of people worse. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I got a different feeling about that.
Hold on, Peace. You reading all the comments real quick. Go ahead on, Nia.
It's because you don't see it.
Okay.
D hush. Just hush up, sir. No, I don't. Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. They having a whole conversation down there. So what I don't know what that how do y'all pronounce that right there?
That's torch.
Oh, torch.
That's how you pronounce that's my big bro. That's somebody I look up to.
Okay, what's up, Torch, man? Welcome to T-Max Network.
Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with, bro. That's what I'm dealing with.
Yeah. That's what's up right there, man.
Wow.
Let me go and get through these. D, pay attention. Tony J gave us Tony Jones 7577 says the shutdown has affected me. I'm a bartender and it's been extremely slow since the shutdown. You go from making $200 plus a night to being lucky if you make $100. Ain't nobody going out because they own a budget. That's a fact. Hey, that's one of the biggest things that I was going to say was in our server communities. Even the people that's not working for the government is holding on to stuff because they know, like Niet said, if something going on with the government, sit your ass down for a minute and see what's going on before you continue. Like y'all was saying in the beginning, nothing against what y'all said, but everybody's temperament was like, yeah, nah, it's business as usual. Well, if you really know, it's not. And you might want to hold on to some stuff or get protected and like P said, create new ways of securing yourself in the bag. And it ain't just about the money side of it, because more people are affected in other ways. As you see in the comments, people are already letting you know, like, okay, he said his money is being shortened because of it, but she said something about jury duty. This person said something about traffic. See what I'm saying? Like, it's a big effect. All right. She said, I'm off at 11:30. I'll try to tap in. Sunshine, man, we really hope you can pop up on the panel because your last time here, all the viewers start requesting you. All right, too easy. We got to get through these. Nola waits T-Max makes sense. I know that's right. Who's that right there? Let's okay. Boom. T-Max makes sense, man. These people are starting to be my best. Hey, look, y'all my best audience yet. This is great. Y'all keep feeding the ego. All right, here we go. Now that we got past the shutdown, everybody doing good. There's other ways that people are being affected. And I just want to make sure that we put that out there. And before we go any further, I would like to send a huge shout out to all the strong survivors over in Jamaica. And I would like to take this time to say our hearts go out to anyone who was really affected by Jamaica, whether you're in the States or in Jamaica and something was directly, you were directly impacted, or someone you know was directly impacted. So we want to take a minute to say our hearts go out to you. With that being said, the Art Attack, there's a program, actually a young lady that owns like a sip and paint studio and is creating one down here in North Carolina. It's called the Art Attack. And they got a big box. They're sending over a big box of non-perishables, clothes, some of everything. So donations are needed. You can contact me at tmaxnetworkllc@gmail.com and send me your PO. I mean, I'll send you a PO box. You can send whatever you want. I think they're sending it off in 2 weeks. So I'll give y'all more updates on that as we go. All right. Let's move right along, man. The people have been waiting on these hot topics to come in. That was an icebreaker. So this one here, let me get y'all full attention and your opinion when it comes to. I wish I had another female up here so to be a little bit balanced, because I personally love to hear what females say on this topic. Guys, we tend to tell females that we know what's missing out of the household if we not there. Like if the father's not in the household, we well, my son and daughter, they're not getting their full nutrients from their father's side and they masculine side, they logical side, they all of these things that we throw out there when we say that what's missing when the father ain't in the home. Let me get y'all opinion. We're gonna start with Sincere. Go ahead, brother. I know you got something on this one.
A lot. It's more about at that point what's not missing. I'm from Harlem, New York City, for those who don't know. I was raised by my grandparents. But where I come from, it is normal. And I'm sure this is from all walks of us, especially at this generation, where dads were not prominent in the home. It was, mama, grandmama, auntie, and them. And I can tell you from experience what I was missing. I was missing guidance into being a smarter, wiser young man, into making better decisions at an early age. I was missing the correct way to move into young adolescence as a young man and how to maneuver in a world where black men are looked at as aggressors. I never got that conversation from an older father figure male as how to interact with authority figure. How to properly treat a woman. How dating happened. Even simple stuff like how to shave. Like, we always talk about the big things that we miss. And I don't really want to touch on that because I really know the big things that we miss. It was the small things that hurt me most as a kid. It was watching that movie and seeing that little boy throw the ball around with his pops for the first time. And I had to throw mine around with my grandmother. It was having those moments of attachment to a male figure I idolized to want to emulate in a healthy manner that did not exist. Someone to give me those kind of constraints that were not present when the possible. Now, don't get me wrong, my grandfather was there, but my grandfather is substantially older than my father would have been. And my grandfather was not the greatest example, coming from a different generation that was aging out, and as we have seen now, was problematic. So I think for me, that is one of the bigger issues that I experienced coming from a home that did not have a father present. And again, I want to put a caveat here. My father not being present was not something of his own doing. So I don't want to make it seem like, for anyone who's listening in, as if my pops just got up and, you know, left me. That wasn't the situation I was in. And I have an amazing relationship with my father now. Salute to him. But God, would I have killed to have a father figure as a child? God, what I would have done to have a father as a child.
I'm my bad on that. Hey, so hearing that from a male perspective, I can relate. I understand. My father was actively in my life, but from a distance. But still, he was actively in my life. Like, he made sure that I was raised by him mentally, even though physically he wasn't always there. Like, he poured into me all my life, but he lived in a different part of the state, which was like 4 hours away. And back then, my mom was traveling all the time. He wasn't coming down there all the time, so it was like that. But I can relate. I would love to hear from a female perspective how it is, and it don't have to be personally to you, but hey, whatever information you want to give up. So between Jackie and Niet, man, any one of y'all want to go on? How does it feel coming from? Let me get this out your face, Jackie. Hold on. How does it feel coming from um, a household where the father wasn't there? What's missing? That was the question. What's missing out of either the household? It don't even have to be children involved, but what's missing out of the household, or or a child's life if the father or the man's not in the house?
From my perspective as a mom, it would be my oldest, his dad isn't around. He's missing that possible football coach as his dad. He's missing him to be there as his basketball coach. He's missing to have the right colognes. He's missing how to wash properly. He's missing all those talks that I'm not going to have with him that a dad would have with someone who just turned 13, you know. The structure, um, he's missing a lot of things that I wish I could give him, but I can't. But as a daughter, my dad was active in my life, so I would hate for a daughter to not have a father, because I was and still am a daddy's girl. I always brag about my dad and how active he is in my life, and everybody knows, when you see me, you see him. When you see him, you see me. Like, whatever we doing, we're involved in some way, shape, or form. To have that support, the backbone. So I can definitely agree. You're missing a lot if you don't have that father figure in the home. It'd be structured for sure. Mainly for me, it would be structure.
I got you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome D. Austin One, Vice President of T-Max Network.
What up?
Miss
What
you,
up?
D.
What up?
D, we miss
What
you,
up?
bro. Hey, he promoting for the Red Cup boys right now. Y'all don't mind. He just gonna take his Red Cup. There you go. He getting his HTO on. Let me get a drink with you, because I think you got a lot to say to this one.
Thanks for showing up, nigga.
What up, nigga?
Niet got her
Yeah,
water
man.
out there too. Jackie, we know what you got in your cup, and it ain't Folgers.
It's water.
Okay, we're gonna take your word for it. He got,
Bro,
nah, he good. Hey, Tavon, you good? You drinking your water? Everybody got aqua, man. This makes me feel good to see black people drinking water. You know, like, people don't hardly say that we don't drink water.
Show off for him. Show off for him.
All right. Yeah. I told y'all he was on one when he got here. But
2 or 3.
2 or 3. So D. All right. So the topic, bro, is what is missing out of the home or a child's life if the father's not present?
everything. Point blank period. Everything. Your connection to the Most High
Oh,
without
oh, oh,
problem.
oh, oh. I like that, but I don't. I think. Can y'all hear him loud and clear?
I heard it, but it wasn't clear. Say it again.
No, you good, D. No, your tech. Not that was I was being sarcastic when I said that. No, you good. Ain't nothing wrong with your earplug. I heard you loud and clear. I was making sure the world could.
Say it again.
Say that again, brother.
Your connection to the Most High, like point blank, period. Your father is your first line of connection to God. I don't know why we keep trying to bypass that, but we so much love the Lord. We so much love structure. We so much love the truth. We love transparency. I think we just love being trendy. At the end of the day, we could really go down into it about the single parent home structure, where that idea really come from, what made it so fashionable to join the traumatic squad. Why would you want to be a participant in drama of nothingness? Let's look at the success rate of the world of those without the father. Let's look at those who deliberately did what they did. Rather, it was a father not showing up, or rather, it was the mother just being a cocky, maybe female and decided to join the others. But we don't have a real discussion, do we?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we did.
digress. No, we don't.
Yeah, we did.
Mm-mm. No, we
Yeah,
don't.
we did. Go ahead. Go into it.
We don't want to have that discussion. We
Why
already
not?
got people, because we already got people crying about their government jobs, as if they could name a time that the government was ever dependable. As we could name a time that the government was ever faithful. As if we can never name a time that the government was loyal. Now, why do we want to do that? But this does damn stuff some good water.
So P, you can unmute your mic and let us know, bro. Like, what's the effects of the dad not being in the house to the household? Your mic is muted, just to let you know. Yeah, what's the effect? What's the effects of the dad not being in the household for the actual overall household and for a child's life? Hey D, run this a little bit, bro. I gotta step out into the room real quick.
That
So, man, D, you hit a good one, right? So, regardless of the spirituality of the man, um, naturally a woman will follow a man, right? So when you remove that that pillar in the home, um, everybody that's following behind them, who are you following now? So now you're subjected to whatever the street will bring you, or whatever the natural selection process is for that caregiver for them, the children. So, and the reason why I say the natural selection process, or and whoever will be in line, because everybody's doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you can find two women household, you can find two men household. It's crazy now. So you're missing structure, you're missing stability, you're missing good judgment, you're missing um dealing with trauma. You messing. I read a post. It was like if a male is not in a child's life, they're 75% likely to go to jail. They said 75%. Like I said, what? I was like that's crazy. Um, and it like blew my mind. So even with my story, right? And I really don't want to, steal the mic too much, but Sincere, when he dropped what he dropped, I was reflecting on, I got many brothers. My mom selected this guy. The age difference was significant. He was almost 10 years older than her, and she was a teenager, you know what I'm saying? So not getting down to the fine details, but I'm a share my short story and somebody that y'all may know, right? Um, so my father isn't the man I call dad. He's not my father. He's my dad, but he ain't my father, right? Um, and when he stepped up to be in my life, it changed my life. And I owe everything to him. Like right now, like this year, I have moved him down here. He worked hard 40 years and whatever. But I believe that he needed to be next to me because what he poured into me, all the investment. When I look at what he invested to me, it created me to give the opportunity to make millionaires. So from that, the multiplier was crazy because when I reflect on it, I don't know, Dave, you know my cousin, Lee the Shooter,
Right,
right?
right.
So it promoted that. It promoted my brother. It promoted so many people in my family to give them the opportunity to do things off of me being a solid person, good decision making, going out there working hard and showing the fruits of my labor. I'm a retired veteran. I'm going out doing like I wouldn't, bro. I was poor. I was poor. And now I'm in an environment where I'm doing I work for the government and I'm doing cyber stuff. That's unheard of on my block in DC. So when I look at that, I'm not a product of I am a product of DC, but I'm really a product of him. So when going back to you, sincere, my dad, my biological father, he had 8 kids. It was a bunch of boys, 2 girls. When I look at all the males in my on my that that my father had, um, all of them are not. I'm I'm the home run because I was raised by another guy.
Hmm.
My brother that's right behind me, a year or two behind me. When I say he has problems with decision making, I mean you can almost predict it. And how I know this, right? He's very brilliant. You put him in an environment, he'll learn it. He could open a book, look at it one time, and he know the whole book. But the process of making decisions and applying it is it's just not there, and it's because the absence of him being there, being in there, and and it was like a I almost didn't believe it because he's very smart, right? So I was like, man, it's because he's in DC. He's in the wrong environment. Let me get him in a better environment. And I put him in a better environment where he over the last probably 3 years made $1.5 million, and he's broke. So so I'm like, man, that trauma from my father, I could see where it caused him to make these bad decisions, bad financial decisions. Um, not not solidifying his future because he's chasing something. You know what I'm saying? So um it is so detrimental when the father is not, for one thing, is not in the home, and then is even more detrimental when they are not being in that role. And a part of it could be, I don't know, man, like
Yeah,
some ladies.
it's overwhelming and it's sad. And like I said, some people like to parade it and go around. But here's a stat that a lot of people ain't not gonna think much about it. Do you know there's never been a Super Bowl MVP quarterback
Ah, I was going to say that.
who
There's never
wasn't
been a Super Bowl
Super Bowl MVP
quarterback
that didn't have their
that
father?
did not have both parents in the house. You are absolutely right, bro. I was just talking about that a couple of days ago. And
Had
that's pivotal, bro, because decision making, bro, on the
they
spot decision making. And I'm not discrediting that, hey, the man just choose not being in that. He might have been raised wrong, and the woman, he might put the woman the wool over the woman's eyes, and appeared to be this perfect guy,
yeah,
right?
like I said, I give credence to all of it. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it still stands what it stands. It
Yes.
it is prevalent that a man is very accessible to his children.
Yeah.
I got a homegirl named Mary. Shout out to you. And by the way, I'm back in age. If you see me, I'll let. But her thing was with her daughter was, I'm not going to talk bad about this man ever. She says that decision is for her to make and hers alone. And I'm like, What size ring you was? That's back in 2010, 2009. Like just to hear that, you know what I mean? But you also have to understand that takes somebody that's been in a situation where they understood to have their emotions and not to be controlled by them. And that's another thing that happens in the household when a father is not present. It's always feel, 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 feel. And there's nothing wrong with feelings. However, feelings are not decision making.
Mm-mm.
They're not pointing it to getting you at anywhere you want to go.
Can
Oh,
I chime in?
I feel like me and P should hang out. And then like, but do you know what P does? Do you know who P is? Nah, I just feel like we should hang out. Like, yeah, I know I'm not hanging with you.
Right.
Can I chime in real quick on what I'm seeing in the chat?
Go ahead, bro.
This raises this raises another part of this conversation that we had that I also think is a very important part of this. There's a comment that says it's sad that most women don't expect the father to be there from the get go, whether it's their own father or a man that's fathering their children. I think that is another slippery slope / touchy subject to talk on because the dynamic of being a father to another man's child or in a household where not only are they not your children, but the other man may actually be trying to be in that child's life is such a slippery slope at times because in my history, both father figures or both men are trying to do the correct thing, but might not be sending the same messages. So now you're sending two different conflicting messages to the same vessel.
Hmm.
And that's if the two of you get along enough to not send even worse messages where you just beefing because that's my son, that's not your kid. Don't, so on and so forth. Or if the mother even allows you to co-parent with a child that doesn't belong to you. So as a man trying to walk into a situation where you are co-parenting a child that biologically does not belong to you, those are the thinnest eggshells to walk on, possibly ever. Because not only can you ruin your relationship with the child or the actual child, you will destroy your actual relationship behind that situation. Whether you're being too firm, not firm enough, whether you're not paying enough attention. I know mothers are super protective of their babies. They don't want nobody in that situation that they feel is detrimental to that child. So you may be trying your best, especially if you're a man who doesn't have kids like myself, trying to help be a father figure in a situation where I've never been a father, didn't have a father. I'm trying my best here, and I may not be good at it, but no one gives you that leeway. It will destroy everything if you're not good at it.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, at the end of the day, the general consensus is there needs to be a father figure of some type in the house. There needs to be a cohesiveness. There needs to be an understanding. There needs to be operational order of operation.
One point I think that a lot of people might skip is without the, I'm gonna say both parents, without the father being there, the child don't learn different parts of themselves. So like two people made one human being. So it's a lot of times you might see something in your dad that helps you to understand and regulate what you're going through emotionally, physically, intimately. And the protection of being able to go to that safe space, knowing that this person can understand where you're coming from. So, like that protection that you talk about, the divine connection that a father has directly to God, yes, gets that download as guidance, protection, and safety over his family. And so, as you forgot who mentioned it, that seeing that man love that woman, seeing that love, that genuine love inside the house, and having that space to come back to, because the world out here is cruel. But when you got somewhere where, you know what, I have this dynamic, when I see my parent, especially my dad, go through something, I watched him get up. And also I watched my mom nourish him. Like, that whole family dynamic is extremely important. When we don't have that in the household together, children don't get to see their dad as anything but like that superhero. Like, that's my superhero, no matter what that man going through, no matter how he's been dealing with it. Because sometimes a person can say, your dad is a bum, right? But to that child, he is everything. Because he may not have, but energetically they're connected. And he sees something within himself like that resonates with that man. So not having them there leaves a lot of questions. And I'm gonna say, as a daughter or as a woman, I was missing that safety, that protection, that guidance. A lot of women don't know how to conduct themselves around men, don't know what to say, don't know how to treat them, because you never had your dad to show you and call you baby girl, give you that embracement without you putting out what you think he's supposed to have. Like, hold yourself to a higher standard. Like, your dad gives you that confidence, that foundation to go out here and have that self-worth, that confidence, that winner mentality, so that was just my perception of that.
Hey, bro, we got comments we need to get to.
Yeah, I was looking
I
over
wasn't able
here
to
at
do
them.
that.
I'm about to run them down real quick. Starting from this one here. So Torch 1 says, think about what's in the home that keeps other things out, like devices and the media, right? Tony Jones 7577 says, what's missing when the father isn't there? Love, acceptance, discipline, looking to the father as what you should and shouldn't do, and what a real man looks like and what a real man is supposed to be. Tony also comes and said, it's also sad that most women don't expect a father to be there from the get-go. All right, we're going to pin that one because I'm going to talk about that one here in a second. Tony says, Tony Jones 7577 says, whether that is their own father or a man that's fathering. I think that's what Sincere touched on. All right, a man doesn't look back much after becoming a man. Gotcha. Facts, brother. You already know. Old Jersey Soul 8724. Everything Sinbad. I'm sorry. Everything Sin said. Okay. Everything Sin said. Gotcha. Let's just keep coming in. Hold on. It said Facts D. It may be more difficult. Just coming from Old Jersey Soul 8724. It may be more difficult if the father is not in the house, but from personal, it's not impossible. My mother taught me about and safely brought me to safe father figures in my life. Okay. And Tony Jones said, yet, but also your father treats you, lets you know whether good or bad, should let you know how a man should treat you.
I agree.
Thanks. All right. Teetering right along, man. Before we go to the next topic, I want to give y'all a chance to kind of shout out some people that may be looking over here once again. If you got somebody that you know is over here in the comment section, you can shout them out, or you can tell us a little bit about your experience so far of coming to T-Max Network and what is giving you the visual of what the community is forming to be.
Since I've been at T-Max Network, I've been laughing my ass off. Let me tell you, some of the things I have heard, and you can go back and watch my face on some of this shit. Some of the things we have discussed has left people in awe because it's stuff that we brought to the forefront. People didn't know that this world was out here. It's a big world out here. Yeah, it's small in ways, but it's a big world. Just last week, I ain't gonna say no names. Somebody falsified my character. Said I did something that was never done. Even in the very episode that they was talking. It was just crazy. But where else can you see that live and direct? Nowhere else but right here on T-Max Network.
Tony Jones 7577 says it's insightful, real shit, talking about facts and real life issues, man. Tony, we appreciate that for real. That's from the bottom of our heart. All right, let's get right along to the next topic. If don't nobody else, Sincere, anybody else wanted to chime in?
I'll say something, man. I would say something. Me and you got a little history, right? So, you know, our relationship back in the day was very unique, and to see that this is, especially how we how we met. Like, I was thrown into a situation, and I was like, "Hey, I adopted something," and I was like, "Hey, let's make the best of it," right? So, to see your development and where you at right now is definitely it brings me a warm feeling to see, you know, like I can see that in the previous years that them shoes were too small for you. You probably get your big toe in them, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, he's trying to do something bigger because that was just holding him back. And I see you in me, you know what I'm saying? So while we was going through that process, I was like, and then when I see you, you know, do what you're doing, I'm like, oh yeah. Even if you invested that time that you were invested in and you stayed in that one profession, it still wouldn't have paid you this much. You know what I'm saying? What you're doing right now. So, hey, kudos to you, and I hey do great things. And however I can help to get you where you need to be, hey, you call me, and just like 30 minutes before we got on the phone, you say I want you on here. I say, hey, no problem. I support it 100%.
Right. Man, I appreciate that right there. And listen, what you can help is the community that's forming. Bring your community. That means collaboration. So, like the business side of this whole T-Max network thing, a lot of people don't even know what T-Max stand for. So, and it's right around the logo, but it says the Minority Asset Exchange, and that is exchanging assets with the small amount of individuals, not by color, race, or none of that stuff. It's the small amount of people that's willing to go above and beyond. A lot of people think all we do is talk, like these podcast topics, but we actually build in real life. And there's a community that we have been accepted in, and everybody that's attached to us is called the Extra Digit Global. And we'll talk about that later. That's connections and collaborations way, 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 way above my type of pay grade. That they gave us the door, they left it open. They didn't even leave it open. They opened the door, rolled out the red carpet, and said, "You and your people come in because we like how y'all think, and we need thriving innovators amongst us." And they're investing into us, not only with education but opportunity as well. So I appreciate that, PD. Anybody else that's thinking highly of the platform may not have the words to say it right now, but we appreciate all of that. All right. Let me get a couple more or one more comment in there, and that's the $1 Million Baby. Say D is in love with me. That is Jackie 100 over there at the podcast on T-Max Network. That is Jackie center stage. She say D is in love with me. Now that's a running joke for everybody that's watching. D and Jackie got this thing going on where Jackie think D's obsessed and D's like in your wildest dreams, but he did mention some comments about her hair, her neck, her booty, and all types of shit.
Teeth,
a couple shows back.
my eyes.
Look at P's face. All right,
It was used as an example, but I know I won't be using your ass as an example ever again.
Never trust me button to smile.
Yeah, that's what got him. All right, let's go on to the next one, man. This one here is gonna take us out. Because I already know based upon the video that we started with, and this is the main topic of the night, y'all. After this topic right here, because we're gonna talk. I already know this one is gonna be talked about for quite some time, up here, and we might have to pin it and do a part 2 to this actual topic. But here we go. It says, let me get this banner out of the way. It says, should black men and women, when I say black, brown, yellow, all of us are black. And that's in my opinion, okay? The melanin runs deep and it spreads across a lot of different nationalities or ethnicities or whatever we label ourselves today. But with this new wave of shutdowns and furloughs and AI, and people are scrambling and brain matter being tossed around in your head because you don't know which way to go. You better team up with just the people that's just saying don't worry about your skin color. So the word black, it says, should men and women be more inclined to bond together in these times that we're living in right now? So above all the last 10 to 20 years, and we know we got this gender war that's been going on. A lot of people don't like to talk about it, but it's a real damn thing. It just don't exist on social media platforms. That's in real life. Men saying we don't need women. Well, I take that back. That's a whole damn lie. Men don't never say we don't need women. That's some shit that we're gonna talk about it right here on this topic. There's a lot. This one topic is gonna open up a lot of different conversations. Men never really, I don't hear men saying we don't need women. But I do hear women say we don't need men. And I think that's a defense mechanism.
It is.
That's to mask the hurt or mask the lack of everything we just mentioned about a father not being in the household. Before he can become a father, he's a boyfriend, a fiance, or a husband. So, like, I think that's just a defense mechanism, a shield, something to hide behind. D, I'm about to get this banner out in front of you so you can cook. But I want to put that out there so people will know what I mean when the topic, all of these topics are either emailed in or sent in some type of form of way that I take and I shape it to our panel's vibe. And this question came in these times that we're in right now, should scratch black and say men and women be more inclined to bond together in these times? What you got, D? Also want to take us through the mind and the journey of D, king of common sense.
I can't think of a fucking time where men and women shouldn't be bond together. But however, here we are in the year of our Lord of idiocy, 2025. It's the idea that people have ingrained in their mind that if they do something of responsibility of themselves, which they put themselves in, it's now masculine. It's like, excuse the fuck out of me. You made yourself a sandwich. Now you're masculine. How is that possible?
Oh, wow. Look at you.
How is that possible that you do something of responsible nature? You're not masculine. So now you take that small little inch of something you went and did, of putting air in your own goddamn tire. You think you done grew a pair of nuts. Outrageous. Where does this level of testosterone eventually
That's still
injected into
masculine
your
energy.
soul?
It
It's
is.
not masculine energy.
Yes, it is.
You interrupted and being rude and
It's still
nonsensical.
masculine energy.
You interrupting and being rude
Hey,
and
we got an echo
nonsensical.
coming from somebody. I don't know what it's coming from, but it's hitting me hard.
Yeah, stop being rude and nonsensical. Just because you don't like something that's being said, don't mean it ain't true.
Just because you don't like what I
Just
said,
'cause-
don't mean
no.
what I said
Just
ain't
because you
true.
don't like what you be hearing, doesn't mean it ain't true. What you're
Don't
saying
mean it
right
ain't true
now,
what I said.
guess what? You have to wait your turn, don't you?
Yes, I will.
Okay. So now, that right there, an example of a feminine way. Just to accept the fact that, hey, I didn't have to go off on you. I didn't have to raise my voice. I didn't have to threaten you. But it's easily done like that. And it's a side of all situations that come after that. Now, if you do the same thing in the boardroom, guess what's gonna happen? Oh shit, she ain't got nothing. No. Well, shit, let me hear her out when she do speak. Cause she submitted, I can submit to my ears to her idea. Damn. But the problem is, again, the ideal that you are taking in will never make you masculine. You can have a voice as deep as tone low. It won't never make you masculine. You can lift up 100 cars. It would never make you masculine.
That's not true.
Okay, again, it is true. It
No,
is true.
I gotta
Okay.
disagree because
Listen,
I
hold
need
on,
I gotta see it. Can I speak now?
hold on. No, you
All
can't.
right, go
Because
ahead.
guess what? If it was so true, the
Okay.
very instance that you and group of women like you that said we're equal, then why is there a whole movement to remove transgenders out of sports that which y'all signed petitions for them to compete into?
I
Get
don't
your
stop.
masculine get your masculine ass in there and fight back. You're so masculine. What you crying about?
This is
No,
okay.
no, 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 no. It goes across the board. Don't cry about being a secretary and getting $25 an hour. Get your ass out there, put some constructs on, and go lift up some bricks by
That's what
hand.
they're doing.
Hold. No, they're not.
Yes, they
No,
are.
they're not. No,
Yes,
they're
they
not.
are.
No, they're not.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to. They're
They're
stepping in
they're
lanes
not.
that
Guess
men
what?
are in.
Guess
Yes,
what?
they are.
There's always been that lane. Guess what? If you look at the percentage of women taking in those trades, they're not there. Just because you see one or two, you think, oh, women are doing something now. No, they're not there. That's falsifying the truth. Don't do that. Don't do that.
All
Are there
right.
women in those trades? Absolutely. But are they in the abundance that you're saying they are? Hell no.
Somebody
And
gonna
won't ever be because they don't want to be in that situation. Do you understand the life-threatening situation of holding those jacks, holding those steel beams, being around that heat? Do you understand what that does?
Yes,
You don't
I
want
do.
to be in that shit.
I do.
All right. So look, here's how we're gonna do it off of the main video through the topic. I want y'all to listen at what this young lady says, and we're gonna spin it from the narrative that we're talking on right now, because the narrative that we're going with right now is like equality type shit. But more so, I want us to listen at what this lady says about like hitting the wall, men and women. But she speaks in the beginning, and I want all what they say, all hearts and mind clear after what just took place with D and D right then, because they charged up. Anytime you see the motherfucker sitting back like this right here, and her face looking like this right here, we understand the narrative is that the energy automatically puts us, and that's why I love this question when it was sent in, because I like talking about this in spaces like this, because when it hits, some of the past of your past is going to come to the present right now and speak for you, and it's on a topic, but it may come from a place. So before we do that, we're going to flip the narrative and go off of time. So they're speaking about people over 40 and getting up in the 50 and being unmatched and unmate.
Go ahead.
Not just women, because I know that like the energy always goes that women are hitting the wall and all this other stuff, which is faster than men. That's the case. And when this woman speaks from the beginning, she's talking about men getting older and getting more opportunity, while it's narrowing when females or women get older. And I just want to get, because everybody on this panel is young, so we want to get the well, P almost everybody. All right.
Hey, but I can't wait to give my opinion on what's going
Hear
on.
your opinion on this. All right, let's listen to what she got to lay down, and then we're gonna start with Sincere at the top. P go next, and we're gonna work our way clockwise with Jackie on around the D.
He said out loud is that as black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose.
So you just heard her narrative on people getting older, men and women, the difference between the two what happens when a man gets older. Typically, not every man, because we still got niggas out there that's acting, 15, never really change and level up. I like that one quote that Fabulous had in that song with him and Jada. He said, he said something like, shame nigga, swerve, lame nigga, swerve. It's been 10 years and you the same nigga, swerve. Like, some people don't change. So we're not saying that every man leveling up and getting older and having more opportunity, and his how does she put it? His wide range of different females, or even having different caliber of opportunity. Like, he may have been in a space where he only can shop from this pool over here, or choose, I should say, not shop, but like choose from this pool. But now as he gets older, more mature, and continues to grow, age don't mean anything. Time don't mean anything necessarily. It does, but not as much as it does women. So I do want to hear from the women how time is, because it do affect us guys. Don't get it twisted. Like, there's a lot of stuff that changes with us physically and around us, that time matters. But it matters a little bit more, in my opinion, and obviously the lady that spoke on the video, in her opinion, it matters a little bit more, or quite a bit more, for women. So, hey, Sincere, take us into this one, bro. You started out, and let Tavon take the rock after you finish.
There's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to unpack here. Before I start, I'm not going to step backwards into what I just witnessed, but that is a hell of a conversation to be had, maybe at a later time, as far as what these two had happening. I thought it was rather interesting. We're not going to go there. Also, as far as getting older and not being desirable, and so somebody tell that to my wife, I'll be on that ass still. Been 14, 15 years. We just had our 14th year anniversary. Under 40. I still be on that ass daily. I chase my wife like we was in the honeymoon stage. It's about what you want and what you value. So if you value the woman, regardless of age, regardless of job, regardless of what it is, none of that matters. If you value the person you're after. And as far as should we be bonding, I guess, but why, like, that's a weird question. Should we be spending more time bonding because of the situation? What exactly is the situation, bro? Like, for me, the shit been the same. Ain't nothing different. I'm a black man in America. This shit
I think that's the point behind it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a black man in America. Shit been real.
No. We talking about men and women bonding. So
that's what I'm saying.
I know, but what you just said right then, brother, I want you to understand what you just said. What's the point? It's been like that. That's the point. The point is to the change of it. Not it's always been, it's always gonna be, this how it is. Let's just deal with it.
No, the question asked to me is, if you put the question back up,
I'm about to throw it right back there for you.
Should black men and women be more inclined to bond together in the times we're living in? That is the question. And my answer to that is, we should have already been bonding. And to me, ain't nothing different. No, there's
you don't see nothing, and you don't see nothing wrong. Not nothing wrong. You don't see how the question, your answer to the question, is literally proving what the question is saying.
What I'm saying is,
am I tripping, y'all?
What I'm saying is that you should always have, as a people, this day and age, 20 years ago, 5 years from now, you should always be more inclined to bond with the people in your community, regardless.
Okay, fair statement.
Like
but now the question, but we got that.
We just talked about not having no fathers. Mm-hmm. That was 30 years ago. They should have been bonding then to fix this. We should always.
Right, so the question to you is, in your opinion, since that's the case, when should the shit start? Like, if we just gonna say never because it's always been, when is the line gonna be drawn in the sand to say start? Because at some point, we're going to run into a situation where we're not going to have the power that we think we have. Go ahead on.
Now, what I agree with here is what Tavon said was, first and foremost, is sometimes we give our views from multiple views. Me, the man that sits here as myself, don't see a difference because I've always tried to bond with the people around me as much as possible, regardless of when. That is me. Now, do I see the divide? Do I see, there was just an example of the divide. Do I see how masculine and feminine are clashing, how they're trying to break the black household? Do I see these things? I see it. I can answer it from that perspective, but I was answering from my seat at the table.
Answer it from that perspective right there, because I
was about to say, I'm answering it from my perspective, my seat at the table. And my seat at the table is I'm always trying to bond with those around me, regardless of the situation.
Yeah. So the question was general, not specific to you. So like answering from the general mindset of, you just said something right then that I think you're going to open up Pandora's box to the question, because you said if I answer it from the general statement or answer it from other people's perspective, do you see the gender wars and stuff going on and the households being broken up?
You can't miss it.
So then the question says, should they catch a reality check, fight against it by bonding together in these times that we're in?
It's not as easy as that. You would want it to be, but it's not as easy as that, because I believe that we should, but everything is set up for us to be combative. Everything is set up for us to be combative. And I think that we should, and this is a beautiful time for us to prove how coming together happens and what coming together can overcome. This will be a beautiful time. This will be a great time in history to show, especially with everything that's going on in the world. But it's difficult, and I don't even know where to begin on saying that it should happen, because I feel like we've been pulled in so many different ways. It's hard to really decide on what's masculine, feminine, necessary, so on and so forth, depending upon where you come from, depending upon what you subscribe to.
Yep.
Because to me, this goes back to saying you can't bond, no matter what you want to do, oil and vinegar ain't coming together. So you can't force shit to bond that don't want it bond.
But that shit was bonded before perfectly.
Perfectly, I think, is a very broad statement.
Well, when I say perfectly, compared to the shit that we just talked about 75% of the people on this panel not having a dad in their life, before all of that was compared to that. Hold on, bro. Follow me here, right? Because I saw you look left to the mental. You might not be catching what I'm putting down. You just said yourself about dads not being in the household. You just said your personal experience in different situations. So when I say perfectly, if you look back into the 50s and 60s, if you take a sample size of those type of environments and households compared to today's, that shit is perfect. I don't care about the whatever they talking about with. I think I'm losing you based upon your facial expression. Like, you don't think that more dads was in the household and two-parent households produce better quality of children to society back in the day?
A household where a man is married to one person in the state and then married to another one in another state with two complete families, and he was active in both. Does that make him?
You talking about your household?
Does that make it better?
Okay, hold on for a second.
No. I'm asking a question because we're talking about you made this example of it was better, more perfect back then. Back then, grandmama let grandpapa.
That's a single mama's that's a single mother's answer. And no disrespect to you, bro, but that's a single mother's answer, because grandmama not only go ahead on and finish your statement real quick. I want to hear this.
So again, back in this household, when it was perfect, right? That's what we said.
Go ahead to the grandma part.
Grandma, auntie, whoever it was that was in that household, She behaved in a manner that was appropriate at that time. Pops acted in a manner that was appropriate at that time. As time has developed, we have realized certain actions were not actually good actions.
Like, give me an example.
Like beating the shit out of your wife is probably not a good one.
Okay, that's one extreme. Now give me a medium example that's more relatable to most people, because most people wasn't doing what you just said. So give me an example that wasn't a good example that they used back then. That was because you said. Now hold on. Now let me fact check you on this, because you just said back then it was perfect to do so in that time. You saying that
No,
that
you
example
said
you just
perfect.
gave?
That word never left my mouth.
Hold on.
I said it's always
Hold on.
flaws.
Hold on. So I'm not lost this here. Follow me here. You just said that back in the day, certain stuff was perfect to do at that time.
Correct.
That today is not. And then you made your
Correct.
example. Then when I say give me
It was
one,
socially acceptable. Correct.
no, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, it was not.
Okay.
That was never a
Because
time when
I
black
know.
men stood champion other black men for doing what you just said.
The difference was the woman didn't go out and express it as
It
much.
still wasn't accepted,
But
though.
it was
It
still
wasn't
wrong.
accepted. No,
It was
wasn't
wrong,
accepted.
but it
It
wasn't
was wrong.
accepted.
It wasn't accepted.
But that was the point that I was getting to. Is
No,
that the
you
difference between
lost
then and
me,
now
Sincere.
is
I'm
the
gonna let you
platform
talk.
and the ability
Sincere.
to
I'm gonna let you
elevate
talk, but
that message.
I'm Sincere. Let me ask you the question so I can get clarity, and I'm gonna mute my mic. You made an example, brother, that said there were things Grandma Mom did back in the day in her role that was necessary back then, but not necessary today. There was things and ways that Grandpa was back then in those times that's not necessary or needed today. That's basically what you said in a nutshell. And then I said, give me an example of one. And your only example that you can give me was domestic violence towards a woman. And I said, that wasn't that. So you saying that it was good back then and not good now? I said it was never good.
And I agree. What I'm saying
So
is,
give me an
what I was getting
example
to.
of what worked back then in those times that don't work today.
No,
That was good.
my point of saying this, the point that I'm getting to, is that the difference between what was acceptable or what was kept, what was happening then and now, is the ability to get it to the masses. If something happened in the household then, I'm talking about the 75% and what we're talking about being able to express things on a large scale. Because we're talking about bonding
I
together
want to
and
make
so
sure
on.
you understand the question that I asked, because what you're saying now, I don't think you understand what I was asking, brother. I made the example that things, and I went to the extreme when I used the word perfectly, but compared to how men and women structure a family and a household and run a household that bleeds out to a community that makes up the consensus of black men and women relationships, I said the 50s, 60s, 30s, 40s, all that shit back then to me was, if you compare it to today, it was perfect back then. That's the extreme that I use,
Right.
knowing that that's an extreme.
And
You said not only was it not perfect, but things that they did back then that they had to do or had to operate like for it to be kind of sort of similar on a perfect level, that those things don't apply to today that were good. And I said, give me an example. And you use DV, and I don't think that was like totally off the question.
my biggest takeaway, let's just go ahead and my biggest takeaway from mainly saying what this was from then on now was simply the ability to expose it to a mass amount of people. There were always cracks and chinks in the home. The difference is, instead of just your neighbor seeing it, you can now put it on social media and magnify it or blow it up 150 million times because your neighbor is the world. The same way someone tuned in here to Berlin, from Berlin, and I can say anything I want now, and someone in Berlin across the world that I've never met will know what I'm saying. In contrast to before, it was only in your immediate area. The reason I'm saying this is because this was in direct. Okay, now I've gotten a little bit lost. I'm sorry, but this was in direct to it being perfect then, or it being perfect then, and what's wrong with it now. Was more about it's just the exposure of those cracks were still there. They were always there. They are just now magnified because the internet has made it so.
Can I chime in real quick?
Yeah, you can. You can.
Yeah.
Hey, Tavon, hold on for 1 second. You can. I just want to say this. I tell my people that I talk to off panel and like talk to about these shows. And I'm gonna leave my portion like this, sincere, and I love it, bro. And you're gonna do well over here. You know why? Because you come with a different type of thought, which is needed. I get what you're saying. I totally do. But y'all please don't have these things on your shoulders and sleeves that you're so sensitive with certain words. Because I just talk. So like when I say this, you ran away from the question to me. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's why I kept trying to chime in and say, did you understand the question? The question that I was asking based upon what you stopped me on to say back then, and what I tell my people is I love the fact that these things are recorded so we can go back and look at it over and over to see where did we go wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me, because I'm just trying to get clarity. So the question was, I made an example that there was a different environment that brought better results. Let's take the word perfect out of there. There was a different environment back in the day that brought better results, in my opinion, than it is today. The lady in the video is a woman that's over 50 years old right now talking to you about the times that we currently live in, how men opportunities are expanding while women are getting left behind. That was a woman said that, not T-Max Network. So when we got deep into it, I made an example that say it was better ways of acting and doing and being and raising families back in the day to now. You stopped me to say back in the day, they did it a certain type of way because it worked back then and it don't work today. And I asked you, let's just stop right there. Your words, they did it back then and in times that it worked and now it don't today. So when I asked you for an example, you gave me DV, domestic violence. So that threw me off because I didn't think that was even relevant to the question, because that was a negative extreme, and I was looking for positive shit that they did back in the day that you telling me that don't work today. Because that was my question: what was some of the good shit that they did to make it better back then than it is now? And you said domestic violence, and that I got lost. Just like this one comment right here, then I'm gonna let you go, Tavon. This one comment says, yes, it was. They agree with you. Just like discipline your kids was acceptable back then, but not now. First of all, before I read the rest of that comment, I wasn't talking about negative extremes from back then that we don't do today. That would be a fact if both of y'all said that men was putting their hands on women and parents was overly putting their hands on children back in the day. That would be a negative thing that don't run today. But that wasn't the question. That's why I'm harping down on this, to make sure everybody know the question. The question was, give me some examples of what you say they did back then that worked. Worked meaning it was good for them. That don't work today, meaning it won't work because of the quality of people we're dealing with. It won't work because it's outdated. Something in comparison to when it worked back then and don't work today. Go ahead, Sincere. Now I'll let Tavon take over. Sincere,
I'm gonna let Tay go, but I definitely talked a whole lot, and a lot of it probably was in circles. But I also think
you gave straight, clear answers.
Listening to you, I can really tell kind of where the miscommunication was. You were, as you just said, you were asking me where was the good stuff that was happening back then, and I was never presenting it as if there was good stuff.
I got you, Tony.
And Tony Jones. Flaws. So me answering your question was never me trying to present good stuff, in contrast to showing you that flaws in our household and our relationships and our bonds have always existed. It is only exacerbated by the use of the internet.
Facts. So therefore, I agree with you 100% with that part. But to the question and to where I was going with it was the good stuff to now. So that means, where did we go wrong? Not saying that there was a defining moment where it just shifted, but if nothing that you could pull out from back then that was good, like D made a good point when he said him and Niette was going back and forth. He said, look how simple that was for me to not quote unquote check you, but respond to what you said in a manner to where I wasn't raising my voice and doing all this, and you immediately submitted to that, and then that makes me submit to your ideas and what you have to say back. That's some good shit that worked back in the day to now. Conflict resolution back in the day wasn't just domestic violence. Just so everybody can stop trying to down the 30s, 40s, 50s,
Right.
and 60s to our ancestors.
You
Like,
right. You
it was
want
the
just out
worst
here
time in
just
the world.
backhanded, right?
All right, Tavon, go ahead with the thoughts you was gonna give.
Man, I got one for you, man. I throw you an alley hoop, man. Chivalry, man. Chivalry gone. It's gone.
Now that's a big one.
Women don't like good guys now. I mean, and it's so direct. I don't want to say it like that. I'm sorry. No. Don't take it like that. Don't take it like that. Right?
She guilty.
He could just be not. He could not fit what you're looking for, right? Because you're probably accustomed to a certain thing, and whatever. But I'll say chivalry. But yeah. So that'd be my answer. That'd be my alley hoop to you. But I've been over here taking notes, man. So because I don't want to get off my topic. So to answer your question, the bonding, right? When I look at bonding as a whole, we as a people, when we talk about man and woman, we are not good with de-escalating so that we can hear the person's arguments, absorb them, recognize them, and then move forward in the process, right? Once I'm not going to say D, but I'm just use D and Nieto, right? It was more of a challenge, right? If I didn't know no better, I would say it was a challenge, right? It was no de-escalation. And de-escalation don't mean that it's one-sided. You know, one person can shoot off and it can get transferred to the other person, right? We gotta adopt de-escalation especially when we talk about bonding, right? Because it's a major point in there when you're trying to get at you can't you got to peel back the onion to get to the good part, right? You're like, man, what's the good part? What's the better part of this onion? I'm crying. What's the better part of this onion? But before you even get there, you already like, all right, the onion's bad. I ain't even fucking with the onion. But you never make it past first base because you never de-escalated the situation. um she might have, she might have met it. She might have a bad run of men and all of them are disrespectful, but he said something that triggered her and it took her back to all those previous situations, or she reminded him of something that he was familiar with that automatically said that, hey, red flag, avoid, get away from her as soon as possible. So that's what I'm talking about when I talk about de-escalation. um Another thing, so for women, when we talk about bonding, right, you got to find somebody that you're compatible with. You can't find out if the person's compatible because people are socially awkward now. Nobody goes through the process of doing emotional intelligence and analyzing. You don't, you're not valuable. You don't make it to the person's emotions, what they like, what they don't like. Are you? Can y'all be in each other's space? Can somebody um, can somebody go through the process of making you happy? Can they help you through trauma? Can they deal with your old trauma? Um, can the person be warm to you? Can she be nurturing to you? Can you protect her? We never make it past that point because we sitting in front of our devices all the time. Social events are extreme events now, right? So it's extreme drinking. So you're not going to get much of the person's raw
Authentic.
personality. You never getting it. You're getting radicalized. You're getting super rebellious. You're getting direct. You're getting, you get no. You're never going to observe the person's personality when you got, other measures that's really pulling extreme personality out of you, right? So when that bonding happens, is no social. It's no like, hey, how you doing, and do you moving, right? It's always somebody's when you in those social events, somebody's hypersexual. She might got some really revealing clothes on, and you like, damn, shorty got a fat ass, that shit clapping. You know what I'm saying? You like,
All distractions.
yeah, all distractions. You never make it to her personality. You right? She could have extreme trauma, or she could be a fucking.
And he got extreme trauma just by being overly sexualized. As soon as you see her ass, I know. Come on, man. We all like
Right. We
somebody
already know
put in
what.
it.
Exactly. So you don't know that she's a exec. So she's going to only attract what how guys, or whatever the case is, how they going to take that first glance at her, and then that's what they propose to her, right? So a lot of women, and I will say this: when women got injected into corporate America and taking these jobs, they had to work a little harder to get in them positions, and they had to defend it, right? So they challenge with things differently every day. They know they got to be prepared. They know they got to burn the midnight oil to get to where they need to be, right? So by the time they put in an environment to have a person, to a real genuine person, they probably been on horrible dates and they got something. You take with you a little bit of the person that you were with before, right? So now any red flag that this new person triggers, you automatically you're like, oh no, I'm not dealing with that. Until you get to a point where you like, and I hate to say this word, until you get desperate and settle, right? Hopefully you don't get into that position where you met somebody and you're like, okay, this is perfect. I've been waiting on you my whole life. But when a lot of women, a lot of older women, especially when I was much younger, I was meeting a lot of successful women that had problems with tying a knot with somebody, or finding a partner that they were 100% compatible with, or being in the person's space. So that's when men, they go find younger chicks to bond with. You know what I'm saying? Because they could groom them. So or they groomable. You know what I'm saying? They could be in the process of getting their stuff started. But going back to the initial bonding phase, I'm sorry, I'm sorry I get long-winded, but I just want to get everything out, right? Bonding while you in your early stages of your ages, like college and stuff like that, when you start your path with your better half, a lot of things change when you get kids that come. Oh,
No, you get.
oh
Go
my
ahead. Go
bad.
ahead.
When you incorporate kids and career, all those things become different, right? So it changed the path of what you would had planned, right?
Boy, if
Or
you
it could get
hurry up and get to this damn point.
no. So right. I'm just trying to give you all every angle that I told you I play devil advocate, right?
Yeah, you
Because
do. You do.
I just don't want to say, hey,
Yeah, but I'm a
bonding
real
is
nigga, so I know there's some real niggas out there that's like, bro, when is he gonna land this plane? The wheels have been
yeah.
down. The son bitch done banked around the airport 2 or 3 times trying to find clear land. Come on, P. I know you got
I'm
it in you.
asking.
Let go.
Look, you hit it. I'm an old nigga, so look, I've been around the fucking barn. All right.
All right, come on, let go.
All right. So at the end of the day, bonding is it's important because the more you don't bond, the more, and I see it in my son because he like to be in this room. I'm like, man, we got a 4,000 square foot house. Why do you want to be in your room? You got a car. You got to do like it's so crazy now that people, young adults, are content with being in the house, and the world is going towards where you have to be with somebody to make the damn ends meet. Fuck. And hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got
Do
lucky.
you see the scissors?
You know what this
Oh,
mean, right?
Hey man, thank you.
Do you know what this mean?
Huh?
Over on T-Max Network, this might be the first time I introduced this to the. If y'all ever see me reach
I need a
into this
haircut.
pen cup, if y'all ever see me reach into this pen cup and grab the scissors as the host of Content Creators Lounge, if you ever see me, it ain't nothing about your hair. Watch this. You're gonna like this part. D gonna love this part. If you ever see me reaching to the cup and grab these scissors right here on anybody that's talking, the translation to that is, your story is way too long. You need to cut it.
Yes, sir. You hurt my feelings. But I'm gonna say this. This is my last one, right? I was listening to Sincere, and it kind of like got at me. So I'll use the president, I'll use grandma, and then I'm out, right? So you shouldn't be learning to parent. A grandma shouldn't parent their grandkid. They should treat their grandkid. Like a president should not be 70 or 80 years old trying to structure the world. You are a great grandpa. I don't go to my great grandpa for parenting. You know what I'm saying? A great grandpa should not be in intense situations. You know what I'm saying? A grandma, now, a grandma is going to treat a kid like how they should have treated their child. That's it. So what you're doing is when a grandma raises a kid, yes, there's some strange situations. When a grandmother raises a child, they're teaching you to how teaching you to be a grandchild. They're not teaching you life skills. They are teach you life skills, but it's not skills that you need to go out there and be an adult and do. So you're going to miss something. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, I disagree on that one.
Hey, no problem, no issues.
I mean, honestly, I'm kind of lost. I don't know if I was daydreaming, if I missed a part of your story. We talking about the grandparents. I think the grandparents been around longer, so they're not going to make the same mistakes as they made as a parent.
Nah,
they're going to try to do the things that they should have done with their children, with the grandchildren. So they're a little more wiser than when you're a first time parent, mother, father. You don't have the life experience to go with parenting. Parenting, a manual don't come with that.
I disagree.
If you come through, you be like, wait a minute, my grandkids come, I get to do the right thing with them that I didn't get to do with my children. Like, you shouldn't have had your kids up all late past 9 o'clock, face all up in the TV. You be like, okay, as a grandparent, I learned that helped my child to not focus in class. So they have a little more life experience and don't discredit their wisdom. Like they have. So technically, they're really supposed to be passing it down to the parent. Yes. Pass it down to the parent. That's what the grandparent is for. The word grand is grandparent.
No, I agree with you, but so if I'm not mistaken, I'm only replying to what Sincere said, that his grandparents raised him. So that's without the parent. You know what I'm saying? So yes, you're grooming the parent to be a parent. I mean, you're grooming your kid to be a parent. Yes. Now the grandparent is definitely important. Yes. But a grandparent raising your grandkid from knee high to nothing, you know what I'm saying? No, I disagree 100%.
I don't know because I don't know because we have some grandparents out here did an absolutely amazing job, and don't let their age fool you.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say a grandparent.
Hold on, P. Let me get the comments because they're coming in fast.
Okay.
There's some people in the comments that want to come up on the panel. Camille, I sent it to you directly through text, but the other people that requested to come up on the panel that says send the link or let me on the panel, that would be Tony Jones. Said Tony Jones 7577 said put me on the panel. Look, check this out. I just dropped the link in the comment section on YouTube. Go over to the comment section and you'll see it's pinned. If you hit that link, make sure your camera is on when you come up, and we'll do a quick audio check and you're good to go. You're here. So Pete, before you take off, D's been over there. And he has not been asleep. He was meditating. I promise you. His eyes was closed because he was thinking of all of the things that he want to say. So D, take us away, man. What you got to say on that? But before you go, let me do it like this. Because we're going to get off topic from where they already commented on. So he said, and Tony Jones 7577 says, and why is this man D, or why is the man D denying her the right to speak and think he knows what's facts and what's true? and our opinion doesn't matter. And there is a lot of masculine women there, and there is a lot more masculine women that can do what men can do. Whoa, that's going. Hold on, don't respond to that. I got to read these comments off real quick. Tony Jones 757 7 says, so you really shouldn't speak when you're wrong. It makes you look ignorant and dumb. All right.
Ooh.
And she say also, I don't know, this is a female, right? Sincere. Okay, so Tony Jones also, she says you shouldn't speak on the topic unless you have facts and statistics. I see y'all, Tony Jones and Camille, coming down in at the bottom. Just hang on in the studio. I'll bring you up. Torch says, fucking with D on that. I'm from where females tell you shaking. What?
I say you about.
What's that
Suck my
SMD
dick.
shit?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. Okay, cool. All right, I'm glad you. All right, so I'm gonna read it just like that. So fucks with D on that one. I'm from where females tell you suck my dick. I say whip it out, BZ. Okay. A woman and her values have always been underestimated and underappreciated. We are not held upon the same values as a man. We actually do more. Tony Jones was just in the comments. Please, was just in the studio. Please come back because these comments. Oh yeah, she just popped in at the bottom. This is gonna get good. Now that's the part of the shit that I was talking about. D, get ready to host, baby, because I'm gonna have to drop myself to keep y'all on the panel, so it'll be even. So here you go. All right. So Tony Jones said, a woman and her values always been underestimated and underappreciated. We are not held up to the same values as a man. We actually do more capable, more strong, more logical. Tony, I can't wait to meet you in person. Let's get you on the panel right now. And we got Camille pulling up. Sunshine, blue skies. Y'all, shout out to our people pulling up on us real quick. Now, Tony, you know you're going to have to answer to a lot of that shit down there. And
you know what time it is.
D
I'm
is
cool with
praying
that.
right now. All right,
Clear
let
the
me
room.
get through the rest of these and y'all can have at it. So
Clear the room.
Tony also
Clear the room.
said men are feared out of capability. Men are feared out of capability. So we are intensely looking at it as insuperior and inferior to the male species out of fear. Okay, so
Facts.
that they move and deal with men based upon just out of sheer fear. All right, as a Old Jersey Soul 8724. Appreciate y'all comment, man. This really helps the algorithm when we got engagement. So old Jersey Soul 8724. As a religious person, I believe nothing is new underneath the sun. Torch says sin is from Harlem, son. So shit is different. All right. Tony Jones 7577 says there is nothing a woman can't do that a man can do. Man, Tony, you is open up a pen. Since I got you up on the box, we're gonna talk about that. Hold on. Men, they can't handle childbirth, labor pains, struggle in career positions, and won't climb the ladder because of their sex and still persevere. I know that's right. Boom. Tony Jones also said, "Sin, sorry sorry if your sister is looking at it in a unflattering light, but you do know I ain't got no filter. I speak my mind. I know that's right. What was acceptable then isn't acceptable now. That's what my brother said. I might be skipping some comments, y'all, because I swear y'all load them up. All right, we're gonna get back to the comments in a second. But this is the one I really wanted to talk about right here, Tony. Jersey, I see you over there when you said the 50s and the 60s were not perfect. The voiceless just have voices now, like Sin said, to express what was wrong with what appeared perfect, and now have the option to weigh the cost. That is perfectly explained, and that goes like they say nowadays, that go 50-50 with me and Sin. The first portion of that proved everything he said to be fact in our opinion, and then your second portion of that led more to what I was saying, that they're opting out because back then I need an example to tell me what didn't work that was good. I mean, what worked that was good that can't be used now. Boom. Moving along, boy. All right. So I want to do people that's not on the panel. The era you talking about produced the flight of I like that one. The flight or fight or flight fathers, I guess, in our age. What the fuck? Facts. That era did produce a lot of flight or fight fathers, right? The flight of the father. Boom. It's a lot. Yes, it was just like discipline your kids. It was acceptable back then. We read that one. Tell the parents later and now you hit my child and discipline them when they're wrong is no longer accepted. Facts. Everything in values, practices have changed over the years. Preach, brother. Hey, brother, put me on the panel. Tony is here. Welcome to the panel. Tony also said you were talking about things that haven't changed. Tony also said facts, Tavon. And Tony said absolutely 100% right, Tavon, because the significant other betrays that trust and loyalty. It is extremely hard not to carry it to the next relationship. And I believe that's both men and women. Facts. Camille says, send me that link. You are here now and welcome to the panel. I got to get you back up here. And yep, so that was pretty much it right there, except for Camille says this at the end. What? I was raised by my grandmother. She did an amazing job with me, and I do the same with my kids. I know that's right. Oh, this gonna get good. It's gonna get good because before we go any further, D has been waiting patiently. I've been waiting for D. Niet had to drop out. Niet Ridgeway, we appreciate you so much, sis. I saw your message in the back chat. She said, I'm dropping out for real this time. Laugh out loud. All right, good night. Gotta go. Good night, Niet. We appreciate you so much. D, you've been waiting patiently, my brother. What I'm gonna do to even out the panel is I'm gonna do this right here. You got controls on your side where you can see comments and pull them up and stuff, right?
The comments won't come up, but we good on everything.
All right, so
we just get them ready.
All right. Man, this is getting good. We got people pulling up. Somebody else in the studio, so I will stick around. I'm just gonna black my screen out and let you handle it. D, do you
real quick before you leave? I need my boxing intro, and leave don't help me.
Hold on. I can't do it right now. I got a new system. I didn't upload it over here. I don't know. Do I got it on? D.
It should be.
Oh, is it there?
It should be in.
Hold on. It should be in here. I don't think so, brother. I don't think so. I don't see it. Like I said, it should be in here, but it's not. Don't worry about it, man.
That's fine. We can clear everybody out, though.
Do you think? Huh?
We can clear everybody else out. And bring Tony up.
Hey, D.
Hey, everybody, I'm removing you from the panel. D wants a one-on-one with Tony real quick. Y'all just stay tuned. Shit about to get real here.
What's up, D? What the problem is?
There's no problem. Just a lot of miscommunication and misconception. So explain this percentage of women that work in construction and how great it is over the men that work in construction.
I mean, there's actually a lot of women that I personally know that work construction.
Yeah,
there's also a lot of women that are truckers.
What are the percentages? Are they more staggering greater than men in those fields?
Construction, probably not. Trucking, I'd say it's damn near equal. And I only know that because my husband is a trucker. And there's a lot of women truckers out there.
That's beautiful. I come from a trucking family. So there are a lot more trucker women today. There are also a lot of trucker women in the 80s as well.
Yeah.
They don't lead those fields. There are also a lot of women firefighters. They don't lead those fields.
And I think that's exactly what I was saying is that a lot of women, they could actually persevere in those fields if they were given a chance. But because of their sexuality and the predominant people that own those type of businesses are probably 99.9% men. And they look at as that women can't handle it. Women can't take all the beatings and stuff like that that they have to go through to get the job done, which is bullshit. In my opinion, yes, men are stronger, but also women can do pretty much damn near anything that a man can does. Yeah, we're not as strong as y'all. Doesn't mean we can't get the job done, but people are more afraid of actually hiring a woman to get the job done because they think that we're not capable of it, which we are.
Who said that?
Honey, that's any job you go to, whether it's retail, construction, whatever.
Okay,
It
so
doesn't
let's
matter
look
if
at
you're.
this. Name the time a man has become pregnant.
There was actually one.
There's never
Remember that
been
it
a
was
man.
years. Remember that it was years ago. He was
There's never been a
Asian.
man. There's never been a man to be
Well,
pregnant.
so he said, but
All
yeah.
right. Name a time that a man has missed work because he had severe cramps.
I mean, actually, I've known a couple men that have called out. Not cramps, but they were sick and
Yeah,
they
that's not.
couldn't go to work because they were too
That's,
sick.
yeah, that's not biological though. So that's the difference. You talk about, and this is the thing a lot of women do. Is childbearing beautiful? Absolutely, but that's your natural role. That's
And
not
can a
my.
man do it?
No,
No.
that's it's not meant for me to do it. I'm the life giver. You're the life bringer. So why the hell
Yes,
would I
true.
want your job? And why the hell would you
Yes,
want mine?
true. That is very true. But I've been engaged 4 times. Like I've been in serious relationships, not no like one-time minute shit. And men, when they get sick, they're fucking babies and they can't go to work. So I'm like, if you are so sick and coughing and stuff like that, and you can't go to work, but yet a woman can go to work when she's sick, she can do childbirth. I mean, in that instance, I think that's more mental that we're stronger than you guys are
Or is that a
because we can
natural role?
overcome stuff.
Or is that
Yeah.
hold on? Or is that a natural role?
I mean, when it comes to being sick, I mean,
No. Is
I
that
don't
a
think,
natural role that you are with child and sick? Is that a natural role?
yes, but it's not something the man can handle.
Okay.
You
Because
guys
it's
will not be
not for a
strong enough.
man to handle. Just like me kicking you in the dick. It's not for you to handle. You
Hold
don't
up,
have
man.
one.
Pussy kicks are just as hard.
No,
That shit does hurt.
no.
That shit
Guess
does
what?
hurt.
I've seen girls get
Okay. How
kicked in the
about titty
crotch. Hold
punching?
on. Hold on. I've seen girls get kicked in the crotch, and I've never seen another woman go, ow. But if you see a man get kicked in the
And
balls,
they ain't
that
kick
shit is
hard enough.
universal.
And they ain't
No,
get
that
kicked
shit's
hard enough.
no. That shit's universal. Do you understand?
I'm listening to what you're saying,
No,
but
you're not. You don't
no,
understand.
I
That's what I
am.
said. You don't
I'm
understand.
listening to your little opinions, but I'm just saying that's not
It's
fact.
universal.
Okay,
It is
so how
fact.
about a man gets kicked in the dick? You think a woman does not go through the same fucking pain if she gets punched in the breast? You think that shit don't hurt? That shit can actually cause the same problems as a man does when he gets kicked in the dick. If a woman gets
What
punched in the
baby come
breast,
out your titty?
you said what?
What baby came out your titty?
I'm just saying pain wise.
No. It ain't the
You
same.
talked about being a man getting kicked in the dick. Does a woman have
Yes.
the same effect?
So listen.
It
So
does
this
hurt, but
is
not
what
as
we're going to
much.
establish. This is what we're going to establish. The fact that one is not nowhere near as clear. Girls get kicked in the crotch, no other girl goes, ah. Men get kicked in the dick. That shit is felt universal.
Okay, but men don't have titties, though, do they?
We
So
don't
how
need.
can you actually say that a woman being punched in the titty is not the same effect as a
keep
man being
going.
kicked in the dick?
You keep trying to use a biological positioning that is not given to me.
So are you.
No, I'm not. Why would I
You
want to
are.
give you? Why would I want to give you a life bringer's position and say you can't handle having a dick? What sense does that make? You're not a man.
And you're not a woman.
So again, why would I want to put myself in a woman's position to talk about me carrying a child?
I'm just saying there are certain fucking things that a man can't handle that a woman can handle.
Okay, and again, that's biological
And I think,
shit.
and honestly, I think childbirth is extremely difficult.
So guess
I know
what?
that because I have kids.
A
And a
zebra
man
can't
cannot
handle
deal
being
with
an
my
alligator.
pain.
A zebra can't handle being an alligator.
No.
Can I say something?
Hold on, bro. The sky
Can a
can't
shark
handle
handle
being.
being an alligator?
Hold on. Instead of y'all just jab back and forth because there ain't no points being made. Is
No,
y'all
it's
asking each other questions that
getting, no,
nobody
it's
is
getting there.
answering the question though.
No, because
No, it's
the whole
not,
thing
Dan.
about
Don't
it
fool
is,
yourself.
Yeah.
calm down.
Can I say something? I actually work in the construction industry. Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
I got you, Paris. You about to? Hey, we appreciate you pulling up, Camille. Thank you for being here. Welcome, Tony. I want them two to go on and wrap up their segment because they had a point that they wanted to make. Make the point real quick. And
so the point is this:
them up.
is bottom line. One, to participate in any discussion, you must listen with more than just the intent of just trying to get back together a response. To sit up here and say, "Oh, women are doing all of this," yeah, they're doing these things, but guess what? They're not doing them at the amount that y'all claiming of a mass that there are. They're not. The consensus has proved that time and time again. The lies that women have been telling, oh, women couldn't get jobs, couldn't get bank accounts, but yet there were women millionaires in the 20s and 30s. Where the fuck were they putting their money? In drywall? Absolutely not.
First of all, women didn't have money back then. The men had it all.
What are you talking about?
Women didn't have rights back then.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
How were they millionaires?
Women got to be millionaires because their husbands died or they killed them.
No. There were women millionaires that ran clubs, that ran
or
numbers.
the daddy they became a fucking Harris.
But
Madam
women
C.J.
did not
Walker.
actually have
Madam
rights.
C.J. Walker.
She was
Madam
one
C.J.
of them,
Walker.
but she wasn't the first one. There was women graduates from a college in West Georgia in 1847. And the lie is women couldn't go to school back then, but they did.
That is very true. They did.
Women have always worked. But this misconception that a lot of people want to take on and keep spewing over the internet is false. One, motherfuckers is lazy and not gonna do no research. not gonna do no thorough research at that.
True that.
My brother right here says he works in construction. My sister's gone right now. I'm here at her house with my nephews and my mom. She's in construction. But you go out there to the plant and you look around, that's 20 of them. But then when you look 800 feet up, when you look down in that manhole, when you look across the way who's going across the ones that operating the cranes are who, Paris?
They are men.
Why is that? Because women are not afforded the same
nobody want
opportunities
to
men
do
are.
that.
No.
I don't want to do it.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm in
That's exactly
construction
what it is.
safety.
It's not attractive.
I don't be walking across them joints like I don't do it.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
It's not attractive.
Hey,
It's not attractive, so that's why.
Are you working 6-hour days or are you working 12 to 16-hour days?
I work sometimes 4-hour days, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm in management. I don't.
Right. But I'm saying
I'm in construction management. I don't.
Right. I'm talking about. Hold on, Steve. I'm talking about those that put their hands on shit. Are they working 4-hour days?
They working 16s. They working 16s most of the time. They come back and come at night. They, you know what I mean? They work. They work a lot. Like
hanging there with repair. Now also, out of those 16-hour days, sometimes there's 7 16s, right?
Yeah. Okay. They work throughout the week. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. Like, I just wanted to, like, you know, like from a view of someone who actually works in construction, I will quell the fact that women work in construction. Yeah, I see a few women that work. You know what I mean? In construction, they don't work like the men work. You know what I mean? These guys run themselves into the ground for 30 and 40 years. Like,
do you think a woman's not capable of doing
guys
that?
are older than me. I don't know how old the panel is, but you guys look young. You guys look great. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you that the people that I work with, the construction sites that I manage, and I've been all around the country doing what I do, right? The amount of women who do what is basically called for you to do in construction is very, very, very small. I say very 3 times because it is that small.
And why is that?
As far as women, because you don't want to do those jobs.
That's
Have
not
you ever
necessarily
done
true.
that type of job? Like, I don't want to like talk over you, but have you ever done a job that you don't want to go to every day and it's super physically tasking on you?
Yes.
You have children?
Yes, and I also own a cleaning business for 10 years, and where I had also to do stripping and waxing jobs with buffers and
That's
stuff
not the
like
same
that.
thing as construction.
No, it's not the same thing
That's
as
not the same
construction.
thing. It's not even close.
It's not the same thing as
It's not even
construction. But there is
close.
not to say that a woman can. The reason why you don't see so many
No one
women
is saying
up
a
in the
woman
high tower
can't
is
do
because
these
men don't
things.
want to put them in that
No
way.
one is saying that a woman can't do these things. No one is saying that.
We're not
I
afforded the
haven't heard
opportunity.
anyone say a woman can't do these things. I'm telling you from the
Actually,
view
you did.
of a person
No, I did.
who actually
You
watches these jobs.
No, I
I
said
don't
they
want to
don't
do
do
those
them.
things. I don't
They
want to
don't
do
do
those
them.
things.
What's
You
your
know what I
name?
Hold
mean?
on, Paris.
I'm in
Wait,
management.
They,
Good.
hold on, Paris. Hold on. They don't
Yes,
do them.
we.
I'm in those fields. They don't do them because I'm gonna tell you right now. If you sit up there and you look at what I just told you, the consensus has proven it. Women seen people from their cozy cubicle and looked out the window and found out on ZipRecruiter, damn, that son of a bitch is making $5 grand a month more than I do.
And
Didn't
if you
like
put
it.
a woman in a position
Didn't
where she has to
hold,
feed
hold
her
on, hold on,
kids,
hold on. You're not
do you
receiving the
think she can do
information.
it?
You're not receiving the information.
Don't
Again,
talk to me like that,
you have to receive the
right?
information. You got to receive it because you're
Yeah,
processing
you got to
nothing right
receive
now.
it too.
So the whole thing about it is, again, that's why you're saying things I never said. Capability was never brought up.
Oh, I would
Paris
say,
just said that.
Actually, yeah, you did.
can I
No,
add one
I
thing
said
to
that.
this?
Hold on, Pete. I said that don't do those jobs. They don't do them. They're there. They're not there, and the amount that y'all like to believe they are. Just because you see one or two of them, all of a sudden now women are all over in trucking. Women are all over in all these. No, they're not. They're not there like that.
Because we're not afforded the opportunity. Men don't think that
If
we're
they're not,
capable of it
that's a
when we
lie.
are.
Guess what? You can get on the internet right now and submit your resume. Who's stopping you?
I mean, if I have the experience, I probably could.
No, no,
That
no, no,
don't mean
no,
that
no,
they're
no,
gonna
no,
fucking
no.
hire me.
You don't. You
I could have
you
10
don't.
fucking years experience.
You don't need the experience.
But they're gonna look
And
at the first name, realize it's a woman, and be like, nope, next.
are
We're
you
not
serious,
afforded the
lady?
same opportunities.
That's not how those jobs work.
At all.
You ever been
Mm.
to have to hire someone before?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever been in the position where you have to hire someone before?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I have.
Hired,
No, no,
fired,
I'm
trained, supervised.
her.
Okay.
Yeah,
You have.
I've done all
So
that.
when you look at it, when you hire them, do you look at it from a gender perspective, or do you actually look at
No,
what that resume is?
I don't look at it from a gender's perspective.
So why do you
What I
expect?
do is I do a background check. That's the first thing I do.
Okay, so why do you expect that they do the same thing when it's a woman and walking in?
A man and woman can do the same exact job.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter on experience. Are you trainable?
Okay, so
How is your work ethic?
see, I'm from the south side of Chicago, right? My mom worked in the third ward. She was in construction, did construction. But they looked at my mother and they said, she's a female, she's a woman. My mama said, I don't give a damn, I can do it. And she,
Exactly.
right?
She
Then
did it, right?
with her resume and nothing, it had to do with who she knew. She got in there, right? They knew she was a female, but they knew she was capable of doing the job. She could do it. But it wasn't thousands and 50,000 of them in there. They just in and she did it and she did what she had to do and she got her ass out there. Was she tired when she got home? Yes, she
Yep.
was. For the little minimum that she did. Was she running a jackhammer? No. But was she out there with a flag? Yes.
Thank you.
There's different things that we have to do as a female because our bodies are not structured to handle the type of things that those men are doing. Now you want
Yes,
those
that's what I said
girls out
earlier. I said men are stronger. They
there,
are, but that doesn't mean a woman can't go out there and do the same thing.
you
So
get
Let her
I,
finish.
I,
because
I
I
will
it's
can't
ask.
hear you.
Let her
we,
finish.
No, you can't.
because it's some girls out there that's big and burly and they go out there and do that thing. They think they're who they are, what? Men. Okay, if you feel like you want to go bust your back, you want to go and do that, do it. Nobody's stopping you from doing it. But don't sit there and say it's a gender thing because we out there and we doing it. But instead of understanding, there's a masculine job and then there's a non-masculine job. We can do them, but are we supposed to be doing them?
I think
We
what
do
we're
No,
missing. I think
we do
a part.
I agree with you.
of what we have to do. Now, if you feel like you want to bust your back and go get that money and do it like that, yes, but make yourself qualified to do so to go get that job. Don't sit there,
Absolutely.
oh, I'm a female, I can't get it. Yes, you can.
What I think we're missing here is like we're looking at it from a personal perspective, but as a businessman, I'm looking at time of production. When can I get this job done as
Job
fast as
done.
possible? Right.
Exactly.
So you
Yep.
could lift the 80-pound bag, but I need 10 of these joints mixed, ready to go on time, every day,
That's true.
16 hours. If you can do that as a woman,
Hmm.
kudos. But
Yeah.
if you can't, and you're slowing down production from a business perspective,
I'm gonna sit
then
your
I
ass.
don't
Yep.
go grab the flag.
I get it. It's all
So
about the
that,
money. It's all about the time and the
yeah,
deadline. I get that.
yeah, it has nothing to do with the person
Can't put them.
perspective. If men are producing more and cranking it out more, then I'm getting the woman out of there. I'm not saying that, hey, you are not capable of doing a job, but there's a job for you as a businessman.
Oh no, I get it. As a business person, I completely understand that there's deadlines. You know what I'm saying? There's overhead, there's the bottom line. I get all that. But
And then,
my whole point is that even though, yeah, there are some women, and mainly it's the younger generation that can't really do shit or don't want to do shit, there are still women out there that can actually get the job done, but they're overlooked. That's my whole point. They're overlooked of their capabilities because they don't even get a shot. That's my issue.
Those women are
are
not
you
overlooked. They're actually doing the job. Those are the ones doing the
Right.
job.
Yeah, but the ones that can actually go above and beyond
There are
and do
no
above.
women that want to do those things that are not doing those things. There are
I
no
think
That's
women
what
that
you
want to do those things that are not doing those things. The women that you see are the women who want to do those things and they're doing them.
Hey
Yes.
Paris, let's ask her about this comment right here. So this is where y'all at right now, and I want she gave detail here of her thought. So I think that this is significant to the conversation when she said there's nothing that a woman can't do that a man can do. Let's talk about that right now. Because they're telling you right now that there's things that a woman can't do via like construction. Y'all talk about construction.
No, we're
But
not saying that they can't. Go ahead. My bad.
no, but I'm saying uh, Camille just gave the example of running a jackhammer versus
Mhm.
a flag
Flag.
or driving a truck
Yeah.
or something. So
No, but there are women who
Who do?
have the jackhammer as well.
Yeah.
Like I
yeah,
see them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
yes,
I'm telling you
Yeah.
that those are the people who want to do that
fact.
can do that. It's just
Right.
not like, yo, every woman off the street can do
Thank
it. Not every man.
Hell
I'm
no.
telling you, I don't do those things. I'm in construction, but I'm management. You know what I mean? I don't do any of that damn labor. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
thank
saying?
thank
And
you,
I'm
bro.
not.
And that
And
and
that's
that's
what
the point.
I was telling D in our private conversation. I was like, when I said that, like, there's nothing that a woman can do that, or a man can't do or whatever. Like, we can. Some of us, like, we can actually do the job.
I wanted to speak
There's.
to that, right? Because you guys are talking about, like, if you actually Google like the pain scale, right? Getting kicked
Oh
in your
yeah,
nuts,
men are stronger.
getting kicked in your nuts on the pain scale, it's above childbirth. Check
Hey,
it out right now. Check it out
getting
right now if
punched
you
in a
think I'm
titty
lying.
ain't no getting punched in a titty ain't no better. But
Listen,
no,
man.
I
Ain't
tell
nobody talking
a
about
woman
titties,
giving
man.
birth,
Ain't
I think it's
nobody
a
talking about
lot more
titties.
than a man
I'm
getting kicked
talking
in
to
the
you
dick.
about a specific thing on the pain scale, right? Getting kicked in your nut and childbirth, not the same scale.
Are you
Because your
serious?
body's made to do that.
hold on.
How would you know that? How would you know that?
I'm just
You
telling you
don't know
what the
that.
scientist says on the
Fuck
You
a
pain
don't
science.
know
scale.
that.
Look
Fuck a
up the
science.
pain scale.
Get
Look
rid
it
of
up.
You
somebody.
don't know that.
No, that's a different
Look
type
up the
of science.
pain scale.
but
Look
That's
it up.
Hold
everybody
on.
Depends how
experience
hard you're
Hold
kicked
on.
too.
Hold
everybody
on. Hold on.
experience
Hold on. Hold
for
on.
childbirth is not going to be the same. It's
Right.
not going to be extreme. It's not going to
Right.
be like
This
some
shit is
people are not going
worse.
to go through.
Check the pain scale.
Hold,
I'm
hold
trying
on.
to tell you.
Hold on. Hold on.
It's
Hold
not
on.
like
Shit.
it's it's
It's
not
simple.
like I'm
It's
gonna give
simple
a,
as this.
one woman's gonna give birth and then she's gonna have a level 10 pains. Some women go on
Right.
there and have don't even go in labor an hour or two. They go and have the baby and get out of there.
Yeah. Push that
Um,
motherfucker. Keep rolling.
every nut punch
Well, she was wide
is
went in that in. I don't know. No,
huh
she was
huh.
wide went in there. If it just dropped like that, that's all. That's big.
No, but I'm saying I mean I didn't look I can't relate to anyone about childbirth, right? But I heard the stories. Like, hey, I was in labor. Like my sister was in labor 2 hours. My other sister was in labor 2 days.
Right.
I don't understand it.
It still
She
hurts.
said she said the contractions were crazy. And the other sister said she went in and bam and it happened and And then one of my sisters was like, something got breached. Like, I don't understand the terminology, but I know for sure that she was not in extreme pain.
Yeah, because if they've had multiple children, the labor gets less intense per child as you have going forward. The first one, yeah,
Right.
that's
So
just gonna hurt.
it says right here.
But
It
it
says right here.
explains.
Hold on.
Check the stat. It says kicked in the groin is like childbirth and undeniably intense experience. That area of the human body is delicate and filled with nerves, whatever. But down here says, but which is more painful? It is difficult to know for sure, but a graphic meme has been circulating for years, claiming that a blow to the testicles is the clear winner. Hands down, a kick in the balls is above
But we
9,000.
girls.
Hold on.
Who was that written by, a man or a woman?
What?
I'm just saying,
Scientist. It was a scientist. Who
man
cares
or woman,
whether it's a man or a woman? Like, what are we talking about?
man
Right,
or
it don't matter.
woman.
See, the thing
It
about it
don't-
Who
is,
cares whether it's a man or a woman? It's
listen,
a
the thing
scientist.
about it is, there's always going to be an escape route when information is being produced. So that goes for any piece of information that we follow, who created man and woman. That goes for the same thing with the flip side of the coin, is that women can do everything that a man can do. Who says that but you and a few other women? There's a thing that says
Real women.
real women.
Yo, I would agree with that. Yeah, they can. They can.
Some women say real women got husbands.
They can,
So, hold
but
on. Some women say real women got husbands. So
yo,
like,
I'll go with
so
that.
who
I
says
call my
who's
wife a real woman.
Because when I go to some of these places where they're in jobs and roles, okay, let's put it this way with the female. It looks worse on a female if they're I'm sorry. It looks worse on a man if he's in a high position in corporate or in politics and he don't have a wife than it does when a woman is in a high position and don't have a husband.
Nah, I don't know. I think it look worse on a woman.
Yeah, I think it looks worse on a woman.
I think it look worse on a woman.
You crazy.
No,
Crazy.
that's a woman, bro.
Men are looked at to be leaders. The first thing that they tell you that if you ain't leading a damn household, you ain't leading nothing.
Right.
But if you running a company,
man,
I would think in an elected position, you know what I mean? Like in a politics side, it looks worse on a man to not have a wife.
I agree with you on that.
To be in a corporate position, you moving and grooving, like, you know what I mean?
Most women in corporate positions don't have husbands because they focused on their corporate position.
That's right.
It don't look as bad as on them than it does on a man that's in a corporate position and don't have a wife. And
nobody even thinks about that with a man in a corporate position
because they automatically think he got one.
Right.
Nobody thinks about that for a man in a corporate position.
Think he has a wife, homie.
Yeah, they automatically think it, but when they like, yo, he doesn't, it's like, yo, let's go party with that guy.
Hold on. Paris, hold on. Watch this. Bill Gates, married, yes or no?
Yeah, way before he got to where he was.
Hold on. No, hold on. But they were married for years.
Yeah.
All the way down to Warren Buffett. Hold on, Pete. Now, thank you, bro. Oprah. What a number. What a
They're
number.
gonna give an excuse. The reason why she shouldn't get married because she got all that money. Nah,
hold on. But where's the nuptial? She's not married.
And don't nobody shame her for it.
I would say this too, man.
Oh no, our community shames her for it. Like,
no. Hold on.
Chill out. Like, niggas don't fuck with Oprah for a million reasons, but
You said,
hold on.
Ain't nobody running around saying they don't fool with Oprah because she ain't married.
Nobody. So check this out.
They clown her for it though. It's definitely a running gag.
But
they give her props and say she shouldn't because she got all the money to lose.
You listening to women? Women be saying that shit.
So, but here's the situation though.
Because men don't give a shit about Oprah.
That's my
point. That's my point. If you let Oprah would have been another person that did it for all these years and never had
ain't nobody trying to fuck Oprah, nigga. That's the problem.
No, that's not true at all. Here's the situation. That's not true. That's not true at all. Somebody definitely is trying to.
Hey,
It's you, and the nigga.
hey.
He
I
said
still got
shit.
No, even if it's not, the laws of averages prove that would be definitely different. And she's walked in plenty different rooms that a lot of us can never see. So definitely somebody
True
wants to
indeed.
get up on that. Now, the fact of the matter is, Subaru's point is, as a man, it looks far more worse in any leadership position that a man doesn't have a woman that he calls his wife or a woman that he's engaged to.
Okay. When you bring up Bill Gates, you're talking about someone who basically started a company on his own from nothing, right?
And got with Melinda Gates.
But hey, that ain't true.
It didn't matter for him
No,
to have a
don't
wife.
matter.
That's his.
But
That's his girl. It's not like he needed to have a woman. You know what I mean?
None of them needed to have a woman, but the whole
Yeah.
thing about it is the question was, does it look worse? Yes, on men, it always been perceived to look worse.
Same thing when they go through a divorce.
Nah.
I feel like
In
I don't
politics,
think so.
yes. In politics, yes. In corporate America, no.
yeah, I feel like that's completely subjective. It feels worse to you because historically, maybe that's what it felt like,
I
or
think this.
like you're sitting from it or viewing from it from a man's perspective. But I think anybody in leadership who doesn't have that is looked the same way regardless. Like,
Bro, we look
from
at
where
coaches. We look at coaches that have never played the sport as incomparable to be able to lead. First thing y'all say is like Stephen A. Smith talk all this shit about sports, but he played, but he wasn't good. Like y'all give all this energy.
Come on, that's
towards
New
when it
York
comes-
shit. That's New York shit. We not like.
Nah.
Come on,
Huh?
B. He was
No, I
a
just think it's for the
scrub
city
when
that
he
the
played.
values is a little
He's a
different.
great journalist.
if
He's
you
a great journalist.
nobody would ever have a new job or a new position at anything ever because you would never let anybody do anything they haven't done previously.
Yeah. Do they ask you? Do they ask you in your job application? Are you married?
Oh,
Yes,
they
they
do
do.
now,
That ain't the
man.
No, they
question,
ask you in your
homie.
No, they do.
taxes.
Y'all
They
going
don't ask you
way
in your
off
job
the
application.
They
If
do.
you get married,
Yes, they
they ask you in your
do.
taxes.
Hold on. Let's pause the
Go on
panel
your
real
state
quick
job.
to make sure
Go on your state
everybody
job,
understands what we asking. Because y'all just reaching out here grabbing examples that don't even match the question. The
At all.
question is generally, not to me personally, not to anybody up here individually, but generally, I agree with you when you said in politics that if a man don't have a wife, it look worse. Now, explain to me generally why would it look worse for a woman not to have a husband in
Oh,
corporate?
that's real simple. Because a woman that is married and have children is looked at as women have a distraction. They're not going to be able to complete their jobs fully because their mind is going to be somewhere else.
I think
Whereas if
y'all
a
just be
man,
talking and don't listen to the question. That ain't the
At
question,
all.
man.
That is not the question.
The question is, give me an example of why it would look worse on a woman not having a spouse in corporate than it would a man. Why would it look worse? Give me an example, Paris. You the one said that in corporate it looks worse for a woman, and in politics it looks worse for a man. Give me an example of why. Or one of your reasons that you
for the same reason that you brought up, right? Like, well, I don't know if you brought it up, someone else said it, right? Like, the woman looked vindictive. You know what I mean? Like, she's a vulture. She don't even have a family. You know what I mean? Like, she'll stab you in the back because she's trying to climb the ladder. She don't go home to nothing but ramen
That's
noodles.
why they
You know
look
what I'm
at her
saying?
as more valuable, and it's not looked at as a downfall because one, she's available. Two, she's available. She don't have the household to distract her from being the greatest employee ever. Two, she went and got her bag first and her education first, so she's all in. That what you just gave, brother, didn't match the question.
Most of corporate America is as Tony said, it's ruled by men, right? So that woman coming up that way, it's looked at very differently
I agree.
than a man who's single, because they'll be like, "Yo, let's fix you up." You know what I mean? Like, you coming up the ladder, let's fix you up. Yeah, let's put you with one of my girls. You know what I'm saying? My wife's sister, or something like. Let's get you going.
Do you know why?
Tell me.
You should know this. You should definitely know this.
I'm not where your mind is at right now. I was answering the question. So tell me what you're talking about.
A single man that is in corporate and climbing is a threat to every man that's tied down.
Yeah, absolutely. I was about to say that shit. I swear to
He's an
God.
absolute fucking threat. You
Unless
telling
he's
me you
like,
could screw my daughter and my wife and then go have fun with the neighbor's daughter and wife? And then you get to go make all this extra money. And guess what? Nobody can pop them pockets and say, give me half. No,
nah,
no, nigga. So guess what? I can't
Setting you
trust
up.
you. So that's always been the stigma of I can't trust or never trust a man who's single and worked that hard to get where he's at.
oh man, oh God, I disagree,
If
man.
that's
I
if
disagree with
that's the
that.
case, a woman
All
shouldn't
right,
be
But
trusted more than a
let's
man
let
but
can.
Pete
Disagree with
jump
that.
in there real quick. Pete,
that's not the case. But
Tamar,
that's the stigma.
yeah, yeah,
I
Tamar, go ahead.
I get that.
so my like it's a lot of things. A lot of people build a lot of things around sex. I disagree with that. Now, I think it's like in this day and age, if you are a shark, right, and you're a shark in corporate America, it's time, availability, and money. The sex is written off the table. Like it's how available you will be, how much you can make that company money, and how great you look. And that's it. And that is it. I work with these execs, these top AI, ML, all these jokers got multiple businesses. It's how available they are every day, man. And one, like, and I see it. I didn't believe it, but I see it every day. Even like I've met with the Red Bull exec. I met with I met with all these fucking like high dollar executives, and it's how available they can be and make the people money. It has nothing to do with sex. Go fucking somebody. It has nothing to do with that shit. They could get. It's all about power, bro. Power, money, and influence, and that's it.
So P, you telling me if I'm an exec and I got this growing young man who is climbing up the charts, nothing can really stop him but God himself, and God don't look like he wants to intervene anytime soon. How many days does he need of availability to screw somebody in my family?
That's you thinking about
No,
somebody
no, no,
else,
no, no, no,
man.
no, 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 no.
That's
I
your
asked you a question.
company.
No, 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 no. I asked you a question. How many days of availability does he need to screw somebody in my family?
That's your family, bro. Do
No, no,
you
no, no,
allow it?
no, 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 P. No, P. The
Yo,
question is simple.
if you CEO, you might serve your daughter up to him.
Hold on. But here's the
Hell,
question. And this is what we've been trying to get y'all to say. Stay within the topic. How many days does he need to screw somebody?
Where in
Yeah.
the topic do it ask me
look,
how many
right.
days do I
So
got
if
before I
we
fuck
if
your
we
wife?
if
Yeah,
we
I
table
know
it,
screwing
Like,
if
came
we
where
up
in the
in
table
the
it
topic is
topic,
that?
sex,
I'm
bro.
curious.
if we
I
table
would,
it sex, you
that
doing
wasn't
500
nowhere where I
days. You
think
know what I'm
that, because
saying?
that could be
So
one or six. There's a whole lot of days niggas could be fucking your lady. But I didn't hear none of that in the topic. And what I think he's saying is it don't matter. It don't matter. If you getting that company money, it don't
yeah,
matter what's between your legs. And
they
what
don't
I'm
care. They
starting
don't
to
care.
hear,
They don't care. You dating a damn
what
animal.
I'm starting to hear real quick, and it's a reoccurring thing, is that what he said was very clear, at least to me. What he
You
said
weren't
was
listening
very
either.
clear. And from your view, D, you didn't agree with it, which is cool.
No, there's nothing
But
to
I
do with
thought,
agree. You
that
didn't
we were
listen.
talking about the general consensus. That's what we were talking about, right?
We already matched that. So he went
Right.
into everybody went to sex. So the whole question was,
Nobody is saying
okay, the
nobody is
question
worried
is
about
again.
your
No, again, the question is again, real simple.
that's not the question.
No, the question is I asked, how many days of availability does somebody need?
But you said we're not staying on topic. So how was your question on topic?
Because it
Three
was
days for
based
a
on what
man,
he
1 day for
said.
a woman.
How was your question on topic? Like this
It's based on what he said.
what?
So what I said was like when it don't matter, man. Them people worrying about somebody that's gonna be the pony
Right.
for
We
the
got
for
we
the
got we got
company.
the money part, right? But the
Yeah.
question is, out of the things you said, is that based on why I said somebody's a threat to those individuals, because the whole thing about it is in corporate, there's a stigma to a single man who is climbing the ladder and amassing money.
But that's
Because
what you're
not
not. That's what
hold
you're
hold on,
not.
hold on. The whole thing is he's climbing the ladder and amassing money. Not only is he amassing money, he's also being looked at by other companies that's coming with finer offers. Do y'all not remember in 2018 where the CEO
7 years ago,
hold on, bro.
almost
Where the
8
hold on, bro.
in business.
Hold on, bro. The CEO of the Nike chamber left from Nike and went to become the CFO of SoFi. And the CFO of SoFi went to go be a direct executive for Twitter. And the one for Twitter left there to go be at ESPN. Y'all don't remember that whole swap and change they did?
Bro, that's a power of money.
But no,
Swap.
no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no.
Okay. So
He Paris,
on,
you follow what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, I
again,
get it.
now all of those individuals were what?
They were males,
And they were also what?
Rich.
white.
And they were very what?
Rich.
Married.
Rich.
Okay.
Very,
I get what you're saying, but my point
very
is,
good
right?
at business.
What's more of a threat? Another white male rising up in the ranks, or who might not be married, or a woman that destroys the entire shit that we built this on, as far as corporate America is concerned.
How often has that
Her
happened?
rising all the way to the top. What's more of a fucking threat?
But how
What
how often
woman?
has it happened?
It
My big thing
happens,
is,
but
No,
they
no,
What
don't
woman
not.
let
is
it
more of a
happen.
threat?
Hold on.
It gets close,
Again,
but they don't let it happen. Name a
how
woman
can
who's the CEO of one
we
of the
keep
biggest companies in the country.
we're not gonna keep highlighting minute shit. Has it
But that's
happened?
the
I'm sure.
topic, bro. Like,
No,
what are you
no, no,
talking
but
about?
this is
no,
what I'm
no.
saying. You're trying to stay on topic, but don't want niggas to be on topic on your
You're
topic.
not on, bro. You're not on topic because you keep
Everybody in
highlighting.
here is seen to be on top, be off topic, but
Okay, sincere. How are you on topic? You talking if
Thank
you're
you,
not
bro.
talking general and keep
everybody in
highlighting
here
minute
off
shit.
topic.
If I'm saying, right, like who's the bigger threat in corporate America, right?
Yes.
It might be the one that they don't ever let get there.
Why? You're killing me, bro.
Okay, you said
Again,
y'all want a woman who's the threat right now, currently,
Yeah,
no,
right?
that's not what. That's not.
Homeland
That's
What?
not.
Security, the Homeland Security chick.
that's not the corporate America. That's Trump's administration. This is
Ooh.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like
that's not cool. Well,
that's
It's
hold
not
on,
even
not
close,
corporate.
like
let me go
to
back to
what
something.
we talking about. You wild right now.
Right here.
Sincere said everybody was on topic.
Corporate.
That's
My
crazy,
my
man.
whole thing is this, real quick. I'm not disagreeing with D trying to make his point. He has made very, very clear, precise
Nigga,
points.
you already disagree.
I disagree with this one point for one reason.
Then
You
shut
have
up.
to subscribe. You have to subscribe to the belief that you believe that the man is the more threatening person in that role to
You
even
didn't listen to the
have
word
the
stigma.
conversation that you're having. Because what T was saying was that he doesn't believe that that's a possibility because it matters about who makes the money, which then leads you to say, well, what day can they fuck my wife? Well,
No,
guess what?
nigga.
Well, hold on. I'll let you rock. Let me
Yes,
get the talk and
yeah,
go
let
back
me
and
get
shut
this.
the fuck up. The point is, if he don't believe that it has to be a man or a woman, it can be anybody. He don't subscribe to anybody fucking anybody in your family because they don't care.
That wasn't the point, you
Only way
weirdo.
hope that
The
So
word was
point is,
stigma. Hold on. The
if
word
you
was
don't
stigma.
subscribe to
Stigma. Stigma. The stigma. The stigma that is tied to a man that is single. The stigma. Did you not hear that?
He
All right.
muted his mic.
so I'll say this, and I'll just wrap it up. I believe that the threat comes from the culture of the company. It needs to be the threat need to be measured on what you're trying to get out there. Is it visibility or is it influence? So that's what I believe where who's going to be the bigger threat is what the company culture is. Like I just don't think sex is just a uh like a damn lollipop that you get when you're at the top. You're like, oh shit, I ain't gotta go far. Hey, bring the motherfucking secretary in here. We had some fun, and then I get on with my damn day. But like as I look at corporate America, they're not worried about no fucking sex, man. Is they worried about power and how they can get to the next step to get more power.
Okay,
Those
so why is
executives,
it that?
those executives that you've met with, right?
Yeah,
At the top, right?
yeah.
How many women?
I ain't seen no fucking women.
That's
Not
what
one.
I'm trying to tell you. That's the
No,
threat to the structure of the company. No matter what the structure of the company is, they do not allow a woman to get to the top of those companies
so
because
I'll
those
say this,
companies are built by men,
but
and they
I'll
will
say this.
not allow a woman to get
Everything is
there.
built by men.
That's
Yes,
possible.
you are right, and I'm not arguing against that. But what I'm saying is,
Yeah, I would say
the
that
biggest
shit.
threat, the biggest threat is letting a woman run a man's company. Well,
Because
my
the
great
shit
great great
will
great
go
grandfather started this
down.
company. I'm not gonna let no woman run it.
Because the shit is gonna go all over the place.
Why do you feel that?
Huh?
Why do you feel that? Why do you feel that a woman being there is a threat?
Because they won't allow it,
Why?
and it's not been allowed.
Why?
So my perception of those companies, I don't run one of those companies. I'm not a part. Well, I've been a part of some of those companies, but I'm not a part of the running of those companies. From my perception, it would seem like that is a threat to allow a woman to ascend to that height, to
Why?
own and run the company, because
So
I don't see it happen a lot.
Okay.
And I believe that women probably are capable of it, but
hold on, Pete. I
motherfuckers ain't
want
letting
them
it
to
go.
end their thing before you jump in there. She's asking him why. He said the reason why, because he don't see them there a lot, so they must not want women there, right? So he don't have a defined, definite answer for that.
But
He's
he
just saying,
so wholeheartedly. He didn't say maybe because
you're
women
right.
live with areas because women go back and forth and bicker with shit. I'm gonna let you know I'm not the typical female that's gonna be on the rah-rah side of a female because I'm gonna tell a chick when she wrong, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But if a female can get in there and do what she gonna do, bitch, do it. I don't give a damn. But to sit up there and say a woman is a threat, but just because of that makes me feel like you think that a woman is a threat in any other type of area. We're not trying to be a threat. We should do right. Females not trying to be no threat.
That's not what I'm saying. It's
So
not
what
what I'm saying at all. It's not what I'm saying at all.
Why do you feel like a female is a threat then?
I just explained to you because of the structure of those companies and the way that they're built by white men, they will not allow a woman to be at the top of those companies.
See, my problem is that allow shit pisses me off. Let me tell you why. Because you can't allow me to do anything. It's me allowing me to do what I need to do. If I don't do my research to get my ass in there to do that job I'm supposed to do, that's my fault. There ain't no fact in those talking about saying this. Oh, you allow. You can't allow shit. Because if I was right and go by the book and do what I'm supposed to do and understand everything when I get to the top, it's done. No matter
So
what.
you could have ran a plantation, right?
No.
Wow.
So you could have ran a plantation, right?
Hell yeah, I could. If I needed to, I needed to.
This is the type of shit that I'm talking about. This is crazy. This is wild. This is wild. You
Sunshine,
wilding
you
right
on
now.
point though,
You are
man.
wilding.
I'm gonna
You're
do it.
wilding. How you gonna run a plantation?
Oh, let me tell you. Hold on.
Wait, you think you can't?
Hold on.
Oh my God. Bro, like, what are we talking about here?
All right. So let's get some clarity to what everybody's saying. And I do see from what D said to Sincere pitched in, Sunshine's question to you still never answer, and then you asked her a question about running a plantation, and you just saying, "Wow, that's diabolical" or whatever. So like, we don't understand why you even said why you asked the question of the plantation structure. Could she run it? And then two, if she said yes, she could, why would that be wild? P is stupid.
The structure of corporate America, right?
So we're not going to ask about the
built by
plantation.
white Americans, right? So my answer to her question was clear and concise on why I was saying what I was saying.
That's right.
Right?
Now, why'd you say the plantation?
Because she like, yo, it don't matter what the structure is. I could just do whatever I want to do. And if I do what I'm supposed to do, I could run. No. Could you have run a plantation?
But you go to the
I get where he
plantation.
going. I get where he going.
I'm gonna tell you what.
You couldn't come from being a slave to being the master on a plantation.
You are not hearing me.
Did you just
okay?
hold on.
Maybe I'm missing something.
Sunshine,
Maybe I'm missing
did you
something.
just hear Sunshine? Did you just hear what he said?
Yes, and I'm gonna get to that.
But get to it before you say he's not
He
hearing
won't
you.
let me.
All right, answer what he just said right there. Could you go from being a slave to the master?
Yeah, I could.
Nah. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing there.
You talking about? Hold on. P, you going next?
Power to get there.
Sunshine. In reality, and that's the reason why they're not gonna let you get to the top because
easy. How do you not believe that you have that much power? That Christ has given you that much power to
now we're going to Christ. Chill out. Chill out, B.
We have reached the point of no return.
Exactly. Once you bring Christ into it, it's over.
Sunshine.
I'm gonna smoke a cigarette.
Wait a minute. Order.
I'm not talking.
Hey, look, check this out, man. Listen, Sunshine. His point is almost a subliminal message. His point is saying, in reality, during the time of slavery, not in your 2025. Hold on, not in your. No, you talking about that you know that you have the capability to do whatever you want to do if you put your mind to it. That ain't what he's saying, though. He's saying, theoretically, logically, you couldn't go from being the slave to the damn slave master. And you don't see where he coming from with that.
It was literal.
Hey, hold up, man. Hold up. Let me drop some facts.
All right, P. Go ahead, P.
Let me drop some facts. Anthony
the sunshine
Johnson.
Boiling over there.
Anthony Johnson, born 1600, original Angolan, freedom. He was a slave in, 1655. He went to court, won the case, declaring his slave for life. One of the first legal recognitions of lifetime slavery in colonial America. Later became a slave master.
All right, so you hold on, before you go. Hold on, sincere. Before you go, D-Face. Hold on. God dang, can y'all just let the moderator moderate real quick so it ain't a whole bunch of gaggle fuck going on? So look, check this out. His point and D-Face. I already know what D and Sincere about to pull his eyes out. I think that you read an article about a man that went from being a slave to a slave master. Pull up the article of the woman that went from being a slave to a slave master. I'll wait. D and while he researched that, he gonna be a while, y'all. D and Sincere, go ahead.
My whole thing was on the same plantation he was a slave, he became the master. No, right?
No.
So stop it.
I was just making a funny joke, man, because I just
stop it.
I heard it on
That's cool.
But what I would say though, my wife is an exec, right? She's an exec, and when you say allow, y'all was talking about allow earlier, and it's not the allow piece if you qualify for it. It's who's holding you back from the position. So when you were saying that, I was like, well, shit ain't fair because you can be black and not be qualified. You know what I'm saying? So even though your resume might look like this, you might that'll allow it. It's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Same thing I was saying earlier about women.
All right, so here we go, bro.
Just check me when you're done, because I got when you're done.
Hey, look, that's it. That's all I got.
Queuing on it. It's the point of the question originally started with: who is viewed more as a threat? Keyword viewed.
No, the original question was not viewed more of a threat. Y'all turned it into a threat. The original question.
Get to the question.
Yeah, the original question was.
Wasn't that what we were told?
Does it look?
Get to the question.
Exactly. Who does it look worst for? A man or a woman being the leader of company?
Yeah.
No, I use viewed to surmise it. So again, you still looking at either one of them. The question still what it was. Who's looked at worse? You are being viewed when you're being looked at, are you not? All right. So
Okay, question. When you say
hold on,
worse, you mean like as the most feared, most intimidated?
hold on.
I'm asking the question.
Hold
Is it
on.
most
I got you.
feared or intimidated?
I got you.
Oh,
So
shit.
when it comes down to it,
You know your mic wasn't muted.
no, that's fine. We deal with niggas all the time. So the fact is this: being looked at a certain way. Like I said, I use the word stigma for a reason. That's a perpetuated stance from a certain group of people that they want to put you in. There's a certain box they want to put you in. Neither one of them motherfuckers is really a threat. Just be honest. But we're talking about people from other positions,
Oh, he's
how
sipping on
they're
a big
seen,
brown Kool-Aid.
how they are seen from another position. It doesn't take much for P to walk into a room and somebody decide that they want to be jealous of it.
Oh shit, I do
And
that shit
don't
all the time.
let P mess around on his first week at his new corporate job and then move 500,000 in 30 minutes. Move another 1.5 million an hour. On top of that, he's already at the bonus ranking for the end of the quarter. He just got here. His
You read my
seat ain't
resume?
even. His seat. Hold on, bro. His seat ain't even warm enough.
That man must read my resume.
So now, but guess what's happening? Other corporate companies are looking at the status sheet. He's viewed as a threat because other companies know that, hey, they can offer him something we cannot offer him. It's better for him to go be the CFO at Google than is the CEO of Nike. Good God
Man,
Almighty!
this shit is crazy. I would
And
say
don't
this.
let him be single.
This shit's crazy because this is the reason why we can't get ahead as a group or people or culture or society.
Check
And
your IG inbox, boy.
and look, I'm gonna tell you the reason why. It's because of this. When a woman typically makes it to that level, she ain't in her 20s. She ain't in her 30s. When a man make it to that level, he ain't in his 20s unless it's in his family or like Sunshine said, he knew somebody that plugged him in and got him in there early. So both of them, Tony, are a little bit older. The original video that we just went all the fuck away from, the original question of who it looks worse on that we turned into I don't know what the hell we went to off that question. The question is, if I'm sitting in corporate and I'm in the corporate, not just the regular employees that's part of the company, but I'm in corporate and I look to my right or my left and a man walk in, spits his bio, tells the group who he is, all his education and all that other shit. Then he get down to his domestic shit for his family, and he goes, "I'm 48 years old. My name is Chad. I'm from Wisconsin. I ran IBM. I did this. I did that. I did this. I did that. And I'm single. No kids. Never been married." The woman turns around and repeats the same damn bio on her end. Who does it look worse on? And now, Paris, this is why I told you earlier that talking this shit out brings about a better understanding. I just now got what you just said off of my saint when I broke it down myself. It's gonna look worse on the woman in corporate. Now that I just sit up there and run both of those scenarios down. Because if I'm sitting there and the man now in politics, you're right. So we agree. In politics, it's gonna look worse on the man. In corporate, I just changed my thought. In corporate, it's gonna look worse on the woman because if I'm looking at both of them coming in and a man run his down, I'm talking about for me, it's gonna look worse on the woman because they're saying that you don't have the support that you need versus saying that I'm talking in life, period. You don't have the support. So we just sat right there and asked the question about what's missing in the house when the father's not there.
Right.
The answer was everything. So if a woman is in corporate and quote unquote father or soon to be or future father, meaning husband, and that ain't there, you said it was everything, D.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna look worse on a man by not having a woman in his house to go home to, according to according to everything is missing. Because you said everything is missing if the man ain't in the house.
Are we answering from our position? Hold on. Are we answering from our position or are we answering from how the corporate standard is looking at it?
Well, where are you getting corporate standard from other than your opinion?
Because that's where the question is coming from, right?
No, where are you getting corporate standard from other than your opinion? Where is it a standard in corporate that you got to be married? Or in politics?
No. It's not a standard that you have to, but it's again, the word stigma. The stigma that's tied to a man is not to be trusted if he doesn't have a woman. That's the stigma.
And what's the stigma? What's the stigma for a woman that don't have a man?
I think that's worse off.
What's the stigma, Tony?
I think if you have a woman that don't got no man, no children, she's more of a threat than a man that ain't got no wife or no children. Because that means she's dedicated. That means she's dedicated her.
Big business don't see most women as threats. Don't matter what her family dynamic is.
And again,
no, but women are more ruthless when they have nothing. When they have nothing to lose. That's just fact.
Hold on. But there's no saying about a woman that's single in corporate. There's no saying that. You've never heard nobody say
worse off.
Men and women.
Okay, again, we're not talking about.
That means she's trying to climb the ladder. She wants it more. She's more hungry.
Show us in writing, because we can show you emails that have been published about single men that it is seen as he is not to be trusted because he doesn't have a wife.
I would love to see all those facts that you have, sweetheart.
The main thing is that women aren't to be trusted.
We switching up the words, which is changing the question.
Before all of that, before it goes to any type of thing, it's like, yo, women aren't to be trusted. That's a corporate. It's not a written rule. It's an unwritten rule. But you don't trust women. Like they shouldn't even the way single or married in the corporate structure of America, you're not to trust women. Like it's not where it's like, oh yeah, she can't be one of the guys. The corporate structure of America is guys.
But let's flip it to what you said earlier. When you highlighted a minute situation. So let's talk about those that are in those positions, because there are female CEOs, there are female CFOs, there are female CTOs, and these are structured corporate ladders. So are they trusted?
No, they can't make too many mistakes, or they're out of there. A man could make more mistakes than them and still be in his position.
Trusted versus who is it? Look, a part of your resume, or a part, not saying physical resume that you turn into a business, but the resume of a person that's at a high level of achievement in a company, corporate, or in a political stance, their resume and what's attached to them. Some people are married to folks just to get that stigma off of them of not being married and it being looked on to them.
Yeah,
right?
People are gay and they're married to.
They're called beards.
The opposite sex to have.
Yeah, literally called beards.
Yeah. So what did he say?
The terminology of a gay man who marries a woman to be straight for whatever reason is called a beard. That is the terminology for it.
Wow. That's a disguise.
Yeah. And it's very prevalent in corporate America. Very prevalent in corporate America. It's very prevalent in politics as well.
The way certain things are, you have to subscribe to a certain way of thinking for this conversation to even make sense. Which is why I keep saying when you're talking about, are you a threat because you're fucking my daughter? That means you have to subscribe to the thought process that the person, one, even wants to fuck someone in your family. Two,
that's the part that's confusing people from the question. When y'all go back, if you are real rocking with us like that, you'll go back and watch. you
in
will go back
today's
and watch
day
this
and age.
stream.
The examples I would give them were from 8 years ago about the people bouncing around companies and so on and so forth. In today's corporate structure, I agree. At the very, very, very top, they are not going to allow a woman to take control. They are not going to allow her to reach a certain plateau and run their businesses because they built these things themselves. They did this. But as far as how it is really being viewed by others at that level you are trying to reach today, in today's day and age, they don't give a fuck if you are a man or a woman. Because guess what? You might not even identify as that anymore. Might be a she, a they.
Now you're in a different conversation, my
It is
nigga.
a different
This is a
conversation
conversation
to
for
be
the
had.
last fucking
So you cannot sit here and
45
say
minutes.
a woman or a man sends a
Hey, I'm gonna play this quick video real quick.
There
Hold on,
are-
Said
sister.
out loud is that as black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding.
That was the goddamn question.
Right, but that question has morphed now. We didn't say black women or black men. We said men and women.
If that was the
Nah, bro.
question, I'm
Nah,
gonna
bro.
just tell you, I'm aging like fine wine, and bitches out here
That's what
aging
I'm
like
saying. If
milk,
that was the question,
nigga.
that was
No, this was
conversation
actually,
completely different.
hey, sincere, to answer your question, brother. This was the actual question.
Right, but that's not where we stayed, bro.
I,
This conversation has morphed, which is fine. That's beautiful.
which
That's beautiful.
as the moderator,
But
I was trying not to let it go there, but just to give y'all some talking time.
no, but
Because every
the
time y'all
way,
use, hold on, see, this is the reason why.
go ahead.
Let me get this part out, and I'm gonna turn it over to the panel. I don't supposed to be all engaged like y'all. I'm trying to do 3 or 4 things at one time. I'm helping us stay on topic by saying the original freaking question said, should black men and women? The original fucking video said that the time is running out for all you niggas, and you better join forces with somebody that's gonna help you see you through. So I posed the question to say, if a man don't have a woman or wife or married or settled in with somebody in politics or corporate, does it look worse on him than it does a woman? We didn't even answer that shit. We kept saying the word that fucked up everything was
Threat.
It wasn't even viewed. It was
Threat.
Yeah, there you go. Threat and trusted. I get the correlation between when you say trusted, like that's like a leader. Like, how are you, like I made the example, how are you even leading anything at this age in corporate? If you at 45, 50 years old and finally landed in corporate, or let's say 35 to 40 years old, and you're a man and a woman standing in corporate, now you're like the vice president of a company, and everybody's gossiping, all the women gossiping, all the men, because y'all chatty patties nowadays, now y'all gossiping with them. Y'all seen the new vice president that came in? And the guys are looking at her, if she fine. I wonder if she married. The ladies looking at her like, she ain't even got no husband, especially the ladies that got a husband. And then flip it over to the guy that comes in with no wife, no kids, no nothing. The ladies that find him attractive is gonna say, I wonder is he married. The dudes that see him as what y'all use the word threat, they're gonna try to knock him down by saying he ain't even got a woman that'll stand behind him and believe in all his ideologies. Why the fuck is we gonna listen to him?
Or even label them gay.
But
Who said that?
why does the shit have
I
to be
did.
bad? I mean, like, why are we saying
Fact.
it's frowned upon? Like, won't we say being married
Because it is.
or not
It
being
is.
married is
Because it is. Not won't we say. Won't we say
no,
is living in hypotheticals like sunshine.
why we don't say favored or
Because
or
that's
liked?
again, that's why I
It's
use the
not
word
a bad
position.
thing not to be married, man.
But P, that's not what we're saying. We're
No,
saying
no,
what is the view of those in those positions looking at those people.
no, it's worse.
I
I hear worse.
I
I
listen.
heard.
Okay, again, I personally wouldn't give a fuck. That's me.
No,
No,
but
hold
it's
on,
like
P, hold on. But I've sat down with people in those positions that have told me, hey, I can't trust a man who is single. versus
out
a
that
single
organization.
woman.
Man, I done heard so many people talk about that they don't think teachers are good qualified to be teaching with if they don't have children.
No,
What the
that's
hell
And
are
they
we?
and they
That's
still hiring them.
stigmas. Hold on, I'm not changing it. Sincere. If you listen to what I said, I'm using an analogy to tell you that D is right. There is stigmas put on people based upon their home life. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all want to say or should it be or why can't we, because it ain't. That's why we can't, because it ain't. I won't look at somebody, just like I used that example, and it's a small one, not to change the topic, but we don't look at teachers as being as most nurturing as possible when they ain't had no damn child.
I think that's a misconception because you
Yeah,
don't
I
look at
don't.
teachers as being good if they don't have a child. That don't say
No,
nothing about.
no, not me.
no,
Not me,
man,
homie.
somebody
I
else.
know. I'm not talking about you directly. I'm
It's a
talking
lot
about
of
the
people.
person who makes that statement.
A lot of
The
people
person
do,
who
though.
makes that statement.
A lot of people do.
But that is
Yo,
one person in
to
a smaller portion because I can show you just as many from my walk of life that don't feel that way.
yeah, I don't.
And that's what I'm saying.
But
Like,
yo, to
as
to
much
to
as
boast of D's point, right? Like when I go to work, right, and I go to several construction sites in the New York, New Jersey area, right? Like sometimes I forget to put my wedding ring on, and I don't feel. I feel like bad when I don't put my wedding ring on. Like I forget it when I walk out the door. But then I get to certain places and I'm like, damn, I'm not going to be as respected as I am when I have my wedding ring on. You know what I mean? Like, so to D's point, like that is it. It's a thing that I feel. I don't know if it's an actual thing,
and this is
but
coming from someone
You
who's been
definitely
married
gonna feel
for 14
disrespected
years.
when your ass get home.
Literally married for 14
yeah,
years.
no. If she see
And
that I ain't
wait
put
a
it on,
minute.
yeah, I got to deal with that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
Like
I'm talking
married
about
for
like
14
when I'm
years.
talking to the multitude of men at construction sites.
Right. But I'm not arguing with that, Pete. What I'm talking about is this. Everything we all agree about the women at the higher level. There are certain
Yeah, it's ceilings
stigmas
that
that are
really don't get broke.
largely accepted. The white men created everything. Look, there are stigmas that are accepted widely. But I think as we come down, what maybe we're hitting is they start to sway at some point, depending upon what circles you walk in. And I think we're at that level where we are now, where you're just as an example, as was said, teachers who don't have children, can't be great teachers. Well,
No, that ain't what was said. That ain't
I
what was
said
said.
in those circles.
No. That's how
It
shit
was
be all the way left.
No, as
That
I
is
said,
not
it
what
said
that is
nurture.
not what was said.
Said they're
Not
not
as
viewed as nurturing.
nurturing, is that what it was?
No,
That
not as
is not
nurturing.
what was listen. What was said was not can't be. And we ain't even say not as nurturing. We say people. And there is people that look at teachers as not being as good of a teacher as a woman or man
Okay,
that got
so
children.
those
Because
people.
they say that the first thing that they can't do is sympathize or be able to understand certain things that a child is going through.
All right, pause right there.
The
School,
adage,
they agree.
the adage
They
that I will
agree.
point to,
That right there.
is that
My point
it's
is,
not an old.
Y'all just arguing to argue. That's
Go ahead.
crazy
my
shit.
point is this: those people. That way, I don't misword it again. That group of people you just explained. Don't even let me attempt to try to say that group of people and identify them. That group of people you're speaking about. That demographic of people.
You was good all the way until you got to the can't be great.
Now we did. That demographic of people that you're speaking about. That's how they feel. But there's a whole other demographic of people from where I may be from in my walk of life that do not believe in that or subscribe to that. I do not believe that group of people that you spoke of is as widely accepted as some of the other standards we have
Now, when
set
you
that
speak of the
are.
other, When you speak of the other people, are you speaking on the fact that they had experience with a teacher that didn't have children and they got a great result? So they say that that's not true.
Okay, let me.
Hold on. I want him to answer that one.
Did you explain whether your people had experience with these teachers?
Because
it's not the point. The point is
because you missed that point.
I want to speak about teachers who didn't have kids. I want to speak about teachers who didn't have kids.
Hold on. That's it. Before you speak again, you missed that part from me. That's why you didn't hear it.
No. All I'm saying is for everyone
all you doing
who
is
feels
talking.
that.
I can't even tell you what I said.
What?
Listen, bro, I ain't trying to get. But listen, check this out. The reason why you didn't hear it is because it didn't have to be verbally said. It's insinuated in the question. The part about it is what you're viewed at, not your experience. So the question is not having that experience, because that's what you're going. The kids in the city is saying, no, Miss Johnson is an excellent teacher, and not having kids has nothing to do with her being a teacher. That's because they had experience with Miss Johnson to get that result, to say that. But if their parents on fucking open house day knew that she didn't have any children, they would say she ain't saying that she can't be a great teacher, but to a woman that has children, she's not as a good teacher model to that. That's
Nurturing was the word, right?
Nurturing was the word I used. Now, to double down on that, let me tell you, when I came out of the Army, there's a program called Soldier for Life. When I came out of the Army, there was a program called Soldier for Life. Let's stay on point. You had 3 or 4 different avenues you could take to get out of the military. One being employment. They help you write resumes and all that bullshit. One be entrepreneurship. One be school. They had these 3 different ways. I went the route of entrepreneurship. They help you get out and do all this other stuff. Find out the companies that'll let you be a veteran and fucking franchise with this restaurant. They did all that. Well, the damn teacher, female teacher, simply holding a job, had all ranks in this Soldier for Life shit getting out. You had colonels. You had colonels probably didn't show up, but you had all different.
She served. She served.
Yes. No, listen. She wasn't there talking about serving. She was there talking about entrepreneurship. Her role was to teach us how to get the fuck out of the Army and become an entrepreneur. I swear to God, you can ask anybody that I told this story to, and that was back in 2017. I raised my hand at the back of the class, and I asked her one fucking question. How many businesses did she own? The woman, because everybody, she just finished holding the class. This is wrap-up time. Like day 3, end of the day 3, get ready to leave and not see each other again. And I raised my hand after she done taught for 3 days. And that woman said she had not a damn one. You should have seen the faces of so many of the leadership in there that just sat there and listened to her for 3 days talk about how to get your ass, the best way to enter into society to become an entrepreneur. When
you threw a grenade in her seminar, bro.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But guess what? Guess what she justified it with, y'all? Guess what she justified it with? She said it was an awkward, slight moment of silence, and she went, "Well, I mean, no, I don't have any." But then she went with this. But me and my husband do buy low and sell high, meaning buy fucking tables and chairs offer up, paint them, and sell them high. I swear to God on my children, bro. This literally happened. So it proved my point to this point that if you'd have saw, I asked the question and I asked it. As soon as I asked the question, I immediately start scanning the room for because I could tell that she didn't have no damn businesses. So I asked the question, man, and sincere, when all those E8s, sergeant first classes, staff sergeants, when all of them saw that they just sat in the damn class and listened to somebody tell them how to become an entrepreneur and she didn't have a fucking business, I guarantee you it definitely mattered to them.
Discredited.
Hey, you threw a grenade. He threw a grenade on the whole shit.
You're an asshole.
What I'm trying to say, and I'll
He
go
went
back
in
to
the
what I
army.
was saying before.
That's why women can't get up because niggas like you.
Right before you told the story, I'm going right back to where I was, which is, I get what you're saying. I'm not.
He went in the army, man. Hey, sincere. He went in the army, man.
They
He
gave
went
you a
in the
3-day speech, and then you just pulled the pen out and was
sincere.
like, "Yo,
He was
boom,
not in the
fuck your
army.
shit,
I'm
fuck your
telling you.
3-day speech." Like,
And if he was in the army, he damn sure wasn't no soldier.
Let me tell you this, and this is what I'm saying. I hear
yo,
you
you wild on her, yo. That's crazy, dude. You gotta watch your back in the streets. If that lady ever catch you, it's over for you. If she catch you walking down the street, it's over for you, bro.
I swear to
You
God.
gotta watch your back, man.
I'm telling you, that literally happened, bro.
For every
And
person.
Tavon, you stupid. But that literally happened, and that goes to show you it matters to some people. And what Sincere was saying, the reason why I brought that up, Sincere was saying that yes, there's a group of people out there, but that's not a widespread. You're damn lie. 99% of the people in that room, whole idea of this class, the whole class went to shit. Right there. As soon as she said she didn't have a business, they forgot every fucking thing she said to do to get out in there.
And again, I'm not
Bitch, I don't give a fuck about your 3 days.
But that wasn't, see, and this is where I keep getting confused, because I'm answering what is being put in front of me, and then it's changing the goalposts to move.
No.
Hold on, wait. I just let you tell your whole story. Let me get my
you did.
Oh, no.
But I ain't gonna let you lie though. The goalpost wasn't changed. That was a perfect
goalposts
example.
definitely changed, because I wasn't talking about sitting in a business seminar from someone who doesn't own a business. I was talking about someone.
We're talking about leading from somebody that ain't led shit but themselves through college. How the fuck you gonna be a leader of a corporate or a political stand? And who have you led?
Nah, we was talking about teachers. Teachers.
Yeah,
we were talking about teachers.
But the point is, it was an analogy. Hold on. It was the analogy.
For everybody else that's
No,
here.
it's not changed. Hold on, bro. It was the analogy of somebody looking at somebody teaching their kid who doesn't have kids. That's why he brought up the fact. That's why I said what I said. It's a stigma view, which is much more widespread than minute situations that niggas keep wanting to bring out with these exceptions.
But this is what I'm telling you. There are
shit you just said, D. I swear to God, he was waiting to say, but this is what I'm telling you. He didn't hear nothing you just said.
Let my man talk, B. Let my man talk. Let Harlem talk, B. Let Harlem talk, B.
If you ain't with it, you ain't gonna get it off, G. But what I'm saying is, like, I get it. Like, I get your opinion. I get it. But there's a lot of other people in here and in the chat that don't agree with what y'all saying. And there's a reason why. Because there are a lot of people on this planet and in this country. And even though you might think that you're the majority, you're probably fucking wrong. You're probably fucking wrong.
Preach, brother.
The boy
And I
success.
just let niggas be, and the thing is, I have no problem with it, because there are some things that are widely regarded as understood. Yes, we know that white men run all of this. We know that white men and the good old boys, and they're only going to let you get so. There are those things that we know, and those are the unspoken rules.
Hey, Tavon, would you hire Big Pun to be your personal trainer?
What?
I'm asking Tavon, would he hire Big Pun to be his personal trainer?
Hey, so look, you can't ask me questions like that, bro, because you gotta. It's what I'm trying to get out. What do I need from the person?
You need expertise on losing. I'm using examples that show y'all that we judge people based upon the shit.
But
that nigga lost 100 pounds before he died, B. What we talking about?
But
He lost 100 pounds before he died.
Give me 1 second.
What you talking about?
Now, can I ask you a question, T? Since we asked T questions, let me ask you a question. If you needed surgery, would you listen to a surgeon who's never given surgery?
Man, look.
You wouldn't, right?
No,
because it doesn't make sense. But if you're in a store and you're asking an employee their opinion on the bread and apple.
Hold on, I want to hear his point on this, B.
There are levels. And there are different levels and severities.
I missed the store part. Say the store part again. say the store part again. We heard you when you said the surgeon part. Say the store
If
part.
you're in the store asking for something simplistic about bread or whatever, the opinion of the person who works there is important to you, but it's not as severe or I need your expertise on this.
We was talking corporate, not store.
No. We have bounced around a lot, and I was in specific answering a question about teaching that you keep not allowing me to finish.
All right, go ahead.
That story is corporate.
Go ahead, brother.
The thing about the teaching is, as much as you believe, you, and not just you, T-Max. I'm not saying you.
You said
I'm saying that demographic
yes, sir.
of people who believe what you subscribe to, and you being a hypothetical person.
Mm-hmm.
There is a whole bunch of other hypothetical yous that in today's day and age don't have children. Because what is a statistical fact is most people under 30 now don't have children. This generation of people.
They wasn't sociably to have children.
But hold on. So
they ain't slow grinded on nobody's thigh. Ain't nobody put their thigh in between their legs and let them slow grind at nobody's party or nowhere. There's half of them standing on side of the room with all the boys, half of them standing on side. That's why they ain't got no damn kids.
You're proving my point. Because why would someone of this demographic look at a teacher who don't have kids and feel that they underqualified if nobody in their demographic got kids?
Because you just said there's some more use. So just like that teacher that don't have no children and no husband, there's a whole bunch of other teachers that do.
Right, but all I'm telling you is for you to say that is the consistent.
I just said that people think that
no, that's not what you said. You said 99% of people.
No. Hey, look, listen, sincere. You go back. She said facts. Now both of y'all gonna look crazy as hell when you go back. Listen. I only said 99 one time.
Right.
And I used the 99 to the room of the soldiers that was in there with the lady that said she ain't had no damn business. That's the only time I used 99%, sir.
They ain't know she ain't had no business till you threw that grenade, bro.
I know, bro.
And that's what the grenade was for.
But the thing that comes down to it though is overall is the reason why the discussion kept changing because niggas kept making it personal.
Facts instead of general.
I'm an open thinker, man.
Let me. Oh, go ahead.
I got my reason why teachers are not desirable. People pass their judgment on teachers. Teaching ain't a desirable job. So the ones that's available to teach are the ones that's going to be out of fucking high school. Fresh out of college with no fucking kids.
And you making the point, P. Swear to God, I'm a mute my mic and let all y'all talk for the next goddamn 2 weeks. You literally making my point. They're younger, right? They're younger coming out. Yeah, as soon as a middle-aged mama bring her goddamn son or daughter to your open house and see your ass is 24 years old and ain't experienced hardly shit in life and just got a degree to get this job, they rather have a 50-year-old teacher than a 20-year-old teacher.
Yeah, so that's an error conversation. That's an error conversation, right? Let me explain something to you, right?
But then it goes.
Let me explain something to you guys,
they're
right?
not gonna take the kids out of school.
No, they're not.
I grew up in Harlem. Let me say something to you, right? I grew up in Harlem, right? You know what I'm saying? I had a teacher, like my pre-K and kindergarten was in my building. You understand what I'm saying? The woman who taught us and most of the kids from my neighborhood, pre-K and kindergarten, she didn't have any kids. Her name was Miss Douglas. You know what I mean? She didn't have any kids. She was way older than my mom's at the time because my mom's was like a fucking, you know what I mean? My mom's was like in her 20s and shit when I was in kindergarten and pre-K. She told us she did not have any kids at all. You know what I mean? And later on in life, it was told to me like, nah, Miss Douglas couldn't have kids. I've had several teachers that were really good teachers growing up that it was explained to me that they couldn't have kids. You know what I mean? And mind you, like, as far as like citywide, statewide tests, I killed everybody. Like, nobody in New York could touch me in my grade. Like,
You
99
got a
plus
construction
every time.
job?
Huh?
You got a construction job?
He's on the corporate side.
I'm
I'll
management.
fuck with you, bro. I'll fuck with you, bro. I'll fuck with you.
I'm management.
I'll fuck,
Kid, chill out.
I'll fuck, I'm fucking with you, bro.
But
I'm fucking with you.
again, once again,
But
right here. Hold
also,
on.
gangbanger. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah, but
mean,
here we
Because I
go.
didn't want to do
hey,
what
All right, all
everybody
right, hold on,
wanted
hold
me
on,
to
hold on,
do.
hold on, hold on.
I didn't
But
want to do what
here we
everybody
go
wanted me
again.
to do. I
Here we go
wanted to do
again.
what I
But
wanted to do.
Yeah, here
You
we
know
go.
what I
But
mean? But
still
we
making it.
on the
We're still
teachers,
making
right?
it. We're still
The
making it personal.
teachers.
Still making it personal. And
Yes,
again,
I am making it
we're not.
personal, but
Yeah, I got you. Hold on, bro. But the
but
thing
if you
is,
go
look at
ahead.
it though, those
hold
teachers
on,
back in the
hold
day,
on,
like
hold
that you
on,
said
hold
that
on,
were older
hold
that
on,
did not have children,
Go
it
ahead,
was
D. Go
probably
ahead, D.
because
Go ahead,
hold
D. Go
on,
ahead, D.
hold on. 'Cause he's not here. I'm moderating when he's not here. So I'm gonna let T get her shit off. But between me and you, and this is why, like I said earlier, is everybody's going from just a broad view to a direct path of what they walked in, what they walked in. It's like if you haven't seen it, you haven't seen it, you don't understand it, that's cool. But when you make it personal, then everybody wants to, oh no, that's not how it is. That's like, of course it's not gonna ever fucking be that way.
This
I
not
don't eat fucking chitlins.
literally
So I don't
mirror.
expect somebody to
Me
not
neither.
like chitlins because I don't eat the shit, right?
What I'm saying
Hold
is
on, hold on, Sin, hold on.
personal.
So what I'm saying is clearly is you participate in the discussion, but when you personalize it, that's when the discussion changes.
This ain't
So
personalized.
to the point, it is being
But
personalized
it's
because
not. If you just said
Yeah,
he literally,
no.
it's a
he
gray area.
literally,
I'm walking you through
yeah,
my
he literally is
where I go
going to.
to where I have two kids in North
So again,
Carolina that didn't grow up in New York. You know what I mean? So
right.
it's a broader view.
What you
So
telling
right.
me? What you telling me is that you can tell me a 50-year-old middle-aged woman can walk in the room and feel away, but I can't tell you the counterpart being a 21-year-old woman walking in same said room for same teacher isn't a good. Isn't a counter conversation?
So
It's not the
name all the
same.
50. Right.
It's
Name all the
it's not the
50-year-old
same,
teachers.
bro.
Name
You got
all
to
the
think.
50-year-old teachers that got caught up.
Can I say something real quick?
What the fuck do any of that have to do with looking at a teacher and thinking if they qualify?
No, okay, because why it had to get brought up because that's part of the reason why they
And this
don't
is
trust
what
you.
this is what I mean
If
when I
you're
talk
if
about
you're
Bruh,
if
walking in the
you're
room.
I'm
bruh,
sorry,
If
but
you
you're
get
wrong
your
right now, Sin.
hold
hold
on, bro.
on,
You're wrong right now.
hold on,
If you look at
hold
it though, right, like you
on,
have
hold on, sis, hold on,
50-year-old
because I want you to get your whole thing. So
hold on.
seeing
We're talking about a
when the
teacher
teachers are coming out these days, and you
We're talking about a
wanted to break it down to the era.
first time.
You wanted to break it down to the era.
We're talking
So
about
even
a
back
teacher
then,
being met the first time. If a 50-year-old if a
Sin, if you
50-year-old
don't
walks
shut the
in
fuck up.
a child, correct, and looks at that teacher and goes, she don't know shit because she don't teach. She has every right to, and I believe that. But I also know if there's 30 kids in that fucking room, there's probably a high probability there's another group of fucking parents that walk in there who don't think that about her at all.
that's possible, but
No,
again,
fuck that. Fuck that is
no,
not
All the
impossible.
no,
parents don't
It
walk
is.
in that room.
It
30
is.
right,
kids, all the parents don't walk in that room.
right.
Exactly.
So
Because all the
let's
parents
look at it
don't.
like this.
That's my point.
When
Don't tell me
we talk about
it's possible.
who all here,
Yours was definite. And everything else, everyone else
who all has been to
Yo,
PTA
Sin,
meetings?
Sin,
that
lower the
50-year-old bitch
testosterone,
walking
bro.
in that baby and
No,
No, no, he
waiting
good.
for
what
21-year-old
teacher hurt you, nigga?
the
No,
same
no,
Bro,
he good.
calm the fuck
No,
down.
no, 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 he good, he
don't
good,
matter.
he good. So here's the situation.
Y'all not hearing him.
When you go to a PTA meeting,
You hear me? You hear me,
majority
sir?
I'm
no,
here. I understand
when
your
you go
fact.
to a PTA meeting, majority of the
What
people that are
teacher hurt you
participating,
is crazy, yo. Like
yeah.
that's crazy.
So here's the
What
situation.
teacher hurt you?
And this is crazy as my sister is a teacher and a professor.
Right.
It's
You said
wild.
one teacher,
And my
30 kids
grandmother
is
is a
crazy. That's
Again,
teacher,
regular.
which is
right,
wild.
right there, see, right there. That's what I was saying.
This is
Literally,
wild.
just made it personal. Just made it
Right?
personal.
But that's not personal because I know a
You
teacher.
just talked about. You said my sister. That's only your sister. That's not
Hold
nobody
on, y'all.
else's
Hold on,
sister.
hold on.
And I'm
Y'all
not gonna
getting
do
Not
this.
into it
me.
right now.
I'm
It's
not
just a
gonna
whole
do
bunch
this.
of
Y'all not
gibberish.
gonna do this because I've said it now twice. You keep moving the goalposts. You're not gonna tell me a 50-year-old can walk in a classroom and look at that teacher and go, she's not fit, and it matters to the demographic But when I say the same fucking thing about a 22-year-old, now that's a hypothetical.
Hey, Sin.
The thing we talking about is the teachers
I
that
didn't
don't
hear.
have kids, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
Talking
the
then,
about
things that
people who
don't
don't
have
have
kids.
kids.
so here we
You know
are.
what I mean?
When you go
Back
to
in
a
the day, you
PTA
wouldn't
meeting,
even know whether they had kids or not.
right?
Yeah, that was the thing if they don't have kids.
No, you wouldn't know. The student body wouldn't know, but the adults would back in the day. So now,
No, they wouldn't.
yes, they would.
Not
So,
my
so,
So
state.
the kids would know.
so here's the situation. Back
You
then,
see how he just
And
made it
of course,
personal again?
and
You
this
see
is
how
the
he
thing.
just made it
He
personal
knows
again?
about every
He said,
teacher in
hey,
every
hey,
school.
he just made it
every day.
personal. He just made it personal again and said, not his city. Y'all been
right?
up here screaming
Niggas
out
mind
y'all
their
city the
business.
whole
Niggas
time.
mind their business where I'm from.
That's where
So,
you from,
Anybody
but
worry
it's a
about
whole
whether
bunch
a
of
teacher got
women.
kids? If she's teaching the kids right, if
hold
she
on.
not teaching the kids right,
I'm
then you
sorry.
might dig into her shit. But
But we talk about student
That
teacher
In
part.
to
my
parent. That is a relationship that goes on for at least 9 months out of the year.
in
So
my
there's a
in my
discussion that
personal
takes place.
opinion, I would rather have a 50-year-old teacher that don't have kids teaching my children than a 20-something-year-old that don't have children, because the generational gap is 50-year-old women that don't have children, they grew up differently. As
Wait, but let
opposed
me
to
tell you,
now where everything is handset, it's soft and shit like that. A 50-year-old teacher
like
is
I
going to
said,
be
I
more
don't know
wise and more
how
hip to
old
what is
y'all
right
niggas
and
are,
wrong.
right? How many of y'all got taught by a 20-year-old when y'all was young?
I did.
You did? I never saw no 20-year-old.
Yep. My Spanish
I
teacher.
never saw no 20-year-olds when I
And
was.
she wasn't even fucking Spanish.
Maybe that's what I'm saying. Maybe I'm old, a lot older than them
A
niggas on the show.
Hey, how old are you, Paris?
I'm 42.
I'm
Damn, you old
47.
as a month.
Young
That
ass
mother
nigga.
old as shit.
What
Boy,
the
I
fuck?
know you
What
damn
you
nigga.
mean
He the
old?
old. Hey, this son bitch right here is the oldest one on the whole panel. Cause y'all don't let him fool you. He ain't got no facial hair. That's why some
Hey,
bitch look
hey
like
Tavon,
he
it's
got.
all right,
You
bro. I'm
gotta keep it
41.
off because it can be getting gray. Like niggas can see it. Like you gotta
Yeah,
keep it
go
off.
ahead, go ahead,
Yeah,
nigga.
but
That shit
I'm
gotta go
41,
low.
Tavon. Don't feel bad, bro.
another young ass nigga. So here's the
We
situation.
just more smarter.
No, you just young. The situation is this, bro. Back in the day, the community level was extremely different. You
Yep.
had that communication. So adult to adult communication was a way more higher thing then. So understanding that, hey, such and such doesn't have children, you may not have not known the entire detail, but it didn't go no further than adult to adult.
Why do you
It
keep
just didn't back.
using these examples from years ago when we're in damn near
Hey
2026?
nigga, when it's your turn, trust me, I got you
You
right
keep
now.
talking about nigga, it's damn near
Ain't never gonna
2026.
But
be
me and
nobody's
again,
turn.
From 9 years ago and
okay, nigga,
fucking how they used to look at you.
you
It ain't
good,
never
you
gonna be
good.
nobody's turn with you talking.
So I almost said, I almost said, well, we would have lost a whole lot right there. Situation with back then, bro, was in today's time and the view of it all is that communication is not happening. So there's a lot of pretense outlooks that are not going to be cordial because of what are people doing. They're taking snippets and running with it to the highest degree. So they're not going to have the discourse of student to teacher on that same level in that mindset because the PTA meetings are not really as long or as consistent in today's time. So the parent don't know the teacher. The
You
teacher
guys are
don't know the
saying
parent.
don't make things personal, but you're saying things from your perspective.
That's
No,
all I've been saying the whole time.
Hold on.
You're
That's
saying
not
things from your
perspective. Bro,
perspective.
that's not perspective. Again, this is in the consensus. Pull it
What
up.
consensus? Where?
Pull it up. Pull it up.
Why don't
Pull
you
it up.
send an email about
No.
that?
Hold on.
What consensus? Where?
And
Pull
this
it
is all
up.
we've been saying.
Hold on, Sin. Hold on, Sin.
Send us the
Hold on,
link real
Sin.
quick.
Hold on. Pull up the consensus of the teachers in your areas and the community activity involvement in your area right now.
The
Pull it up,
numbers
bro.
would be astronomical from my area, bro.
Okay. Pull it up.
You understand?
Pull it up, bro.
It's not. I don't
Just
think
pull
you
it
get.
up.
I don't think you get no
Just pull it up.
stats. I don't think you get
No.
no stats from New York
Just pull it
City. I'm
up.
from 139th Street. I don't think you
Okay.
get no stats. All right.
So
So
you're telling me
you're
that
telling me that
every parent is
you've
there at
looked
the
at all the
PTA.
numbers. You've looked at all the numbers, and this is
Bro,
what you get
they
from
did
that.
a nationwide spread of the involvement because one, ain't no teachers nowhere. And in most states, they got to go to 2 schools and teach. And not by choice. No teacher
They
can
got
be
to go
turned.
to two schools and teach. What
Yes,
do you say?
they got to go to 2 schools these days,
Yeah,
bro.
silly.
Not in my city. That's what I'm saying. Like you're like I don't know if like you where you aggregating the numbers from, but it's not like what you're seeing where
So
I'm
your
from, and
New
I
York
can
is
only
abundant
give
with.
my perspective. I can't give a national perspective.
So New
I
York is
can't do that.
abundant with teachers. Everybody in New York is a teacher
No, I just can't give a national perspective, and I don't understand how you can.
because I subscribe to the consensus of the education department, which was going to be shut down by whom?
The education departments
That's your
are
president.
really different in different states.
Okay, so you're saying there's abundance of
So
teachers in New
you're
York
just
City.
taking all of the data and making your assumptions off of that.
So you're saying there's an abundance of teachers in New York City.
There's an abundance of schools in New York City, and
And
yes,
there is a
they have
shortage of
teachers.
teachers.
Yes,
There's
so
a
yes,
shortage of teachers,
probably
bro.
more than I don't even know where you're from. I don't want to, I don't want to be like
But bro,
dismissive of where you're from.
there's a shortage of teachers, bro,
There's
in New
always
York
been a
City.
shortage of teachers. Who wants to fucking teach? You don't get paid shit.
Okay, so again, the involvement, as I said, from the community perspective, is not going to be to the level that you said. It's not.
But if we are just discussing things from our point of view, like, and you
No,
are discussing national numbers and shit, like, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm off, and you're right.
it's not
Because
about being right, bro. It's just the
if we're
fact
having
that
a discussion
it
with
is what
each
it is.
other, if we're having a discussion with each other and we ask a question, I would like to be able to give my perspective. You know what I
Yeah, but
mean?
the
But
whole situation, it was on a general level, and you went down to your kindergarten years. Nobody has that experience of your kindergarten years, but you.
yes, but as I'm telling you, nobody has the experience of wherever you're from and how the shortage of teachers affects over there,
All
right?
right, so
Because it doesn't really affect New York. Like
okay,
the shortage of teachers it's been there since I was a kid, since my kindergarten years. But
right.
I guarantee you there are more teachers in New York and people still going to be teachers. I have little cousins and everything. They're teachers. They're in the 20s. They don't have
Yeah,
kids.
the qualifications for teachers has been lessened because
Yes,
there
but
aren't
the
no teachers.
education of teachers has been heightened.
You mean the enrollment?
No, I mean what they've learned and what they have to learn before they become teachers.
No, bro, they can get a
Oh,
certification to become
you
a
could drop
teacher.
out of high school and become a teacher when I was a little dude. But now you really got to have some credentials.
You still had to go get a GED, and you still had to go do junior college at least. So no, no. Today, you get
Today
certified
you
to
have
be
to
a
do
teacher.
more. Today you have to
No,
do more.
no, bro.
Nah, you can
No,
be.
No,
Nah,
you don't.
man.
You
Most of
absolutely don't.
the young kids that
With a
became teachers
degree,
that I know, they did at least like 2 years as a fucking
Yeah,
actual
because
reputable university.
they were
man.
looking at certain pay wages that they
No,
Yeah,
wanted to
that's what
apply.
it is
they were
now.
looking to be something else,
A great
and they
a
fell into
degree.
being teachers.
What a degree will do for you now is it'll just class you in a different pay bracket. That's it.
That's it.
That shit it's terrible now, man. It, like, I could literally graduate college, right? I mean, graduate high school, and they say, hey, we need substitute teachers. They start me as a sub, and if I do well, they give me a class,
Yep.
and I'll be 19.
Yep.
Fact.
Shit is bad, bro. It's
And
They
if
bad.
you want to become a
My kid is 8. My kid is 18 and fucking
This
yeah,
imagine you
12.
see
Like so.
one of the person you grew up with. He
and
teach.
this is why you have 20-year-old teachers, bro. None of them went to college at 16 and come out with a 4-year degree. Are you serious?
I didn't say they did. I'm just saying.
No, I'm
I don't
telling you they
know.
did.
I don't have small kids in that bracket. Like maybe my younger daughter, she might have a like you know what I mean, like a 20 something year old teacher.
So one of the reasons is like,
Yeah, she's 13.
so I had when I got on the military, I was like, I wanted to get a job. So I went to this job fair. This dude, he was like, hey, oh my God, you got all these fucking certifications. He said, "How you consider teaching?" I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Yeah. What's the pay?" He said, "We're gonna start you at 57,000." I said, "What?" I said, "Brother, I make that in 3 months." No. I said, "Nah, man." I said, 57. I said, "Man, look." I was like, "This one certification you bragged about. I can put it. I can go. I can make $150,000 over that." I was like, "Nah." I said, "Can't do it." I said, "Even if y'all paid me to be the principal," I said, "How much principal make?" And he was like 140. I was like, "Well, I'll make more than that."
Mm-hmm.
So, like when you look at like they talk all that shit that they pouring money into the education system. They not, man. That shit is
I ain't never heard them say that. They be pouring money into the.
well,
Yeah.
well,
But
the whole
they're
lottery is
saying it.
built. The lottery is built around it, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, in certain states, yeah, especially in
No,
North
all
Carolina,
states,
yeah,
No, in all
yeah, it's good.
states.
North
all states.
Carolina Education Lottery. That's where my kids go to school. They grew up in North Carolina, so
No, it's in
Yes,
all states.
that's a scam type shit.
yeah, man. It is
But
a
Mhm.
scam.
the point is being, bro, that people are not understanding just because you don't see
The
something work.
question was, can a woman or a man who doesn't have kids
No,
teach children? And I believe
No,
they
no,
can.
no, not can they teach children. Are they viewed
Nurturing.
as are they viewed as good teachers because they don't have children?
yeah,
That's the question. It goes with anything, bro. Like,
yeah. I mean, because
can somebody oddly enough get picked out of a stadium and lead an NFL team to a 18-0 season? Eh, I
we talk
mean,
about
No, that's not.
statements.
Come on, that's
I
extreme. That's not the same thing.
hold on. Is not. But the situation is, it's always a small marginal chance that some shit like that can happen. The
Yes,
view
but if
is,
a person went to
hold,
school to be a
hold
teacher,
on, bro, hold on. The view of it all is most people are already like, hell no. So now you got the wide view versus what could possibly happen. Nobody here is saying that they can't teach, but there's a wider view
we live in
versus
a country that is literally like in it's outside of what Rome did, where the mob ruled, right? So the view of the masses cannot affect what is actually being done. You know what I mean? Like
we're not talking about what's being
the
done, but
mob's
we're
got
talking
to
about the
be
view.
like motherfuckers got to have earmuffs on to the mob here in this country. We
Yeah,
can't
but
act like
we're
Rome
not.
did. Like yo,
No.
whatever their view is,
I
we
see
got to
what it
go
is.
with that.
No. That's not what was said. What we're saying is what is the view, what have been said, not what is not capable, what's not what could be done. We know it can be done. Everybody here knows it should know that. That yes, a person without children can teach. But what happens is people, oh no, motherfucker, you ain't gonna talk about. They're not saying it out loud. They're saying it internally. You ain't gonna talk about my fucking mother. Man, Miss Johnson looked out for me. Miss
Yeah,
Johnson
but
did
I'm
this.
saying
They all
earmuffs.
that
I'm saying
internal shit
earmuffs to
has
the
nothing to
mob.
do with
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
That's got nothing to do with it. It's like what is the view of people? Because my view
That's
is
the
totally
mob.
different. My view is totally different. Totally different.
So are we
I
listening
wouldn't.
to the mob?
We ain't listening to shit. We having a discussion about what the norm is for those that do. We here on a Sunday night having a discussion. Where's the mob?
But we're talking about
Bingo.
what the mob views, right?
But again, the view has nothing to do with the story.
The view was the point and crux of your question, what you just said,
Yeah,
right?
but again, when we view something doesn't determine that's what it is.
But we're not talking about our view. We can't talk about our view. We have to
No,
talk about the mob's view.
we're not talking about our view because again, we go into the personal stance of what we think. And again, like I said earlier, you went to a school in a whole nother city. I went to a school in a different city. I'm 3 years older than you. So I can sit here and say, you young ass punk, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. You still way behind the ears. When you was born, Hell, I was reading the newspaper and sipping on my sippy cup. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? But that's what happens when you start getting to your personal point.
Okay, so I'm misconstruing what we are actually talking about, because if we're not giving our views on the questions that are brought, what are we doing?
We just having a discussion that's plain as simple as into what the GP is looking at, the general public. Once we divulge
But we would have
over
to
what,
give our views on that, right?
hold on, what we divulge on what the GP looks at it, then we can come and say, well, this is where I differ. But we end up going into a discussion out the gate, and then we have somebody up here like Tony that comes up here and completely wrong out of two left fields.
What
And just
happened to Tony and Sincere?
Oh, they
sincere left.
that baby. Y'all pissed Sincere off because y'all was talking about his sister. He ain't like that shit. He left.
Who said nobody said that about his sister? I said, why
No,
you mention it?
but you not understanding. His sister's a teacher. She ain't got no kids. His grandmother or mother was a teacher. So he's actually seeing that his sister
Again?
can do that and have this
See,
job and be wonderful and great at it.
Nobody
That's
said
not why y'all
that they
pissed him off.
couldn't.
That's my little bro.
but
He just
That boy
but but
got
decided
mad.
he had to go.
but again,
No, but y'all
but
missing
again,
it though. Y'all keep saying that they can't. Nobody said that they couldn't.
I get it. I wasn't against
no, no.
nothing. You know, I was just
But see,
listening.
and that's what I'm explaining to Paris right now. Is that's the whole point. It's never that anybody is saying that they can't. It's just the fact that there's a group of people that differ from you, right? And that group of people, like majority of people, they move to the beat of other people. Because if they didn't, hell, we would all be one percenters.
So just to be clear, right? So when that topic is brought up, are we supposed to say for like 5 minutes, yes, there are a group of people that feel that way,
No,
and
you
then
don't
chill
have to
out,
say it.
and then give our perspective, or are
No,
we
no,
just
no.
supposed to give our
So,
perspective? Because that doesn't make sense to me.
so the whole situation is you listen to the general question as it's presented. You take in the information. You give your thought about it, right? Then after we all get to the point, if you want to share something personal, but that's why I'm saying you can't take the general question and make it personal out the gate, because then that's where all the other different discussions come in.
So that would
Because
be a
we
yay or nay for like 2 minutes, and then give your perspective.
right, because then at that point, what happens is you're talking about your New York City life. I've been in New York. I lived there for a few months. I live close by New York. I've been in the tri-state area. I love up in the Northeast because I get to smoke my Connecticut cigars without issue, right? Y'all winters ain't like our winters. Y'all winters are actually a little bit more relaxing. Well, I can sit out there with a thin coat, some
Wait, from
shorts, smoke
Connecticut? You talking about?
a
Man, we
Connecticut
getting off
cigar.
topic, y'all.
No. But I'm just saying to him, the point is
What
the
winters?
personal experience of New York for him versus me is gonna be different. So when he talks about New York winters, I don't have the same experience, and I can, oh nigga, you're wrong. That ain't how it is. That ain't how it is.
Well, I lived in New York and North Carolina, so
But that's what I'm
wait,
saying. So what
well,
I'm saying is,
that makes
I'm
sense.
saying like your experience from mine, and this is what happens on panels, because I'm gonna respect your experience. But people who ain't never been on panels, they don't know how to respond to this shit.
And
Yeah, no,
people that
I
never been
don't
on
think I was
panels don't know how to
disrespecting
talk
anyone's
to a
experience.
general topic. That's the thing. People that's never really been on panels don't know how to respond to a general topic without making it personal. That's why a lot of people get up here, get caught up. Look at Sunshine. When she first came here to the panel, every question that came out, she responded to it with her personal life, and it don't fit because we making general statements and questions. So I
Why
don't
not?
have to have the personal experience to see what the general public is saying about certain things. That's just common sense. Like I don't have to live that thing for me to make a statement towards what everybody else is saying in a nutshell. And yes, there's groups over here and groups over there, like Sincere was saying. There's a group of yous that have this view, but there's also a group of yous that don't. I was just speaking about the group of yous that do. Y'all try to act like, some of y'all try to act like that group didn't fucking exist because a person didn't have kids or because a person wasn't married. There's a group of people who believe that if you make it to this certain level in corporate politics or whatever it is, and you don't have a family structure, that is not a good thing. That's just all I was saying from the beginning. There's people who think that.
Yeah, no, but I never, maybe it seemed like that, but I never thought that what I was saying was that those people don't exist.
No, not with
I
not
was
that.
just
That's
saying why I don't agree with those people, even if they believe that.
right. But the situation was like I was saying is that only just keep it general. Like, well, nah, I don't mess with it because of XYZ. Then you could go into your personal spiel, like I say, it comes out the gate, personal, and then that brings up all these other discussions that spin into something else because we had somebody up here who put all that shit in the chat, and they came up here with her personal take, but she ain't in construction. She ain't a firefighter.
She was
ain't doing
wild.
everything that a man
She was wild.
can do.
That's why. That's the only reason I jumped on. Because once she jumped on, so I was like, "Yo, you can't be serious." Like, you guys chill out.
Bro, she can do everything. Hold on, she can do everything a man can do, right? But she runs a cleaning business. Well, get your ass on that 800 feet scaffold. Help build some shit, right?
What?
But that's the
and
point.
when her cleaning business goes into people's houses, how many men going in there to clean with them?
Whatever nigga need a job, B. Whatever nigga need a job, nigga. Like, chill out.
They don't own the company.
Whatever nigga need a job, it's going in there. B. What you talking about?
See, that's the dumb shit right there, though, Paris. The general, not you, the statement, brother. That's why we talk on panels because
I'm not. I don't feel disrespected about what you're saying. I'm listening.
I can challenge the statement, and I don't hide words like dumb, stupid, and all that because that's just how I talk. So when I say that, it's to the statement. The statement is crazy because literally you can take a sample size of people and get an understanding of what this. You can do that right now with technology. Look at what's going on around you. That old son bitch that's talking about I don't care if my phone do nothing but two things: make a call or send a text.
And look at what we're doing right now.
But look at what people would think about that person in 2025, talking about they just want to be able to text and talk.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
So it's a general idea of how people think and what they think of other folks in situations. Take a guy that went to prison, got out, reformed, changed his life, got his record expunged. The minute that some bitch mentioned in a seminar talking in front of kids, and they don't know that this some bitch been to prison and spent 15 years for whatever, and they got him in there speaking in front of kids as a whole teacher. You let that bitch say, yeah, and look at how God changed me. I did that 15-year bid, and every parent in that goddamn auditorium gonna drop that because people judge, my guy.
But it'd be your ass in the back that'll throw a grenade at the nigga at the seminar.
I'm gonna tell him. I'm like, hey, you talking all that good shit? Tell him how you did in Rikers Island.
But even in the midst of the grenade,
I'm
talking,
joking.
right?
I feel you.
Even in the midst of grenade talking, right? It's necessary because again, your experience predicates on what I'm going to do with you in XYZ position. I am not going to go take a person who hasn't been skilled in any of these areas just because they are man or woman. You got to show and prove yourself that you are worthy of said spot.
I just think, man.
Yeah, that's a thing where, you know what I mean? Experience, yes, but training as well. If you're trained to do something, you should do what you're trained to do. You know what I mean?
I'm trained to do this right here. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's conversation has been brought to you by T-Max Network. We got a host of sponsors. We got people that really tune in to us and say they want to pour into the vision of this network. Now, with that being said, Here's my Jerry Springer moment. I think niggas just came up here to talk tonight and not listen to the questions that was posed and the topics that was given, because every topic and question that we brought into frame got switched and never answered correctly without it going off into some long journey left, right? Going to a long journey left and not staying on topic. That's why we couldn't get an understanding of how this is supposed to go. So the main topic says that it's hard times out here. Some say throw feminism aside and work harder to be chosen. Your thoughts? I couldn't even get to that topic because that last video that we played triggered a whole bunch of people on the panel to say that women and men can do the same. The women can do the same thing as men, and men, all this other stuff. The question was, time is running out. If your ass is over 40 or 50 years old, still talk about you don't need somebody and doing all this and all that. And no, paper marriage and in the court system ain't always important today in 2025. But I can tell you what is. Having somebody there around your ass when it's them latter years, and I'm talking about not just the latter years of, oh, you ain't got nobody to talk to or sit on the porch and rock with. No, we talking about the motherfucking years where your ass is depending on somebody to wipe that ass. Your ass is depending on somebody to take care of that ass. Don't let these millennials fool your ass. Think about talking about some time ain't running out. Your clock is ticking. And if you don't understand that portion right there, you're going to be left behind, just like this new wave of AI and this technology that's coming out. If you don't put your nose in it, at least smell it, you'll be left way behind. And I enjoy these conversations. These topics are needed. The responses that's given are valuable, from Sincere to Paris, to Tavon, to D, to myself, to Sunshine, to Tony, everyone, and Niet and Jackie, everybody that visited the panel tonight. Your voice was heard. Might not have been heard the way you wanted to be heard, but it was heard. And with that being said, you got a voice to speak next Sunday. Next Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, T-Max Network. We go live. This is the Content Creators Lounge. We're going to hit the end button and cut this live stream. But guess what? You're always welcome to come back next Sunday and kick it with us. Y'all be good.